Ah, that's about right. Looks like this is where the engineers hang out. Nice spot.
Here's something else that's cool under pressure.
Great tour, but where's our man Brett?
I don't know. All right, normally he's bailing me out. Roll reversal, baby. There he is. Rescue mode.
Putting out fires for these guys already.
Astec safety. This must be the place, boys.
Ah, that's about right. Looks like this is where the engineers hang out. Nice spot.
Here's something else that's cool under pressure.
Great tour, but where's our man Brett?
I don't know. All right, normally he's bailing me out. Roll reversal, baby. There he is. Rescue mode.
Putting out fires for these guys already.
For 90 years, Princess Auto has seen your big picture. And for 90 years, we've had the ideas and the tools to help you discover new perspectives. Because for 90 years, we've known that nothing's better than finding ways to make stuff work. Princess Auto, ideas, tools.
Just like this. the reason we trust Western Sales with our business is the people. I'm sure that there's 100 years experience coming out of that shop. We trust them because we do a CMI on our combine and on our tractor. When our equipment comes out of Western Sales, it's going to be good, because if it's not, they send us another combine, they send us another tractor, and we're not naive to the fact that that probably costs them a lot of money. So we just know that the service that we're getting at Western Sales is above par to everybody else.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city, 106.1 The Goat. Stay connected with MyLloydminsterNow.com.
Put death by rock and roll. 'Cause I'm a
Lloydminster legend.
I lived them all day.
Everything that rocks.
Time to rock.
106.1 The Goat.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
Hi there. I'm Joseph Rosenberg, the Contact Center Manager for Utility Safety Partners, and we're very proud to be a sponsor of the Astec Safety Challenge. Now, when you're competing in a bonspiel, you gotta dig deep and uncover what's buried and plan each shot. And in life, when you've gotta dig deep and uncover what's buried, well, you have to plan, and that plan needs to involve utility safety partners. When bumping that object in front of you is not an option.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting to a changing world, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, tax, technology, areas critical to your continued growth and success. All part of the journey, all part of what we do together with you. Because your success is the destination. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Astec Safety. This must be the place, boys. That's about right. Looks like this is where the engineers hang out. Nice spot.
Here's something else that's cool under pressure.
Great tour, but where's our man Brett?
I don't know. All right, normally he's bailing me out. Roll reversal, baby. There he is. Rescue mode.
Putting out fires for these guys already.
For 90 years, Princess Auto has seen your big picture. And for 90 years, we've had the ideas and the tools to help you discover new perspectives. Because for 90 years, we've known that nothing's better than finding ways to make stuff work. Princess Auto, ideas, tools.
The reason we trust Western Sales with our business is the people. I'm sure that there's 100 years experience coming out of that shop. We trust them because we do a CMI on our combine and on our tractor. When our equipment comes out of Western Sales, it's going to be good, because if it's not, they send us another combine, they send us another tractor, and we're not naive to the fact that that probably costs them a lot of money. So we just know that the service that we're getting at Western Sales is above par to everybody else.
And welcome, Astec Safety Curling Challenge. The 7:30 draw as we settle in. Gonna ask the production crew right away. Got a bit of name botching on the bottom there. Boys, can you clean up the Bottcher and Mouat? We got some.
Got a few extra letters in here.
Got some edits there if you guys can fix that up. Thanks. Evan Dagenhart back in the broadcast booth alongside Chris McQuitt. I've been waiting for this one. I saw your name on the docket there, and I said, this should be good. And then you said, hey, I got a bit of a tradition. We have a little bit of a bevy beforehand. And I said, good. I'm in the right place.
Yeah, you didn't even flinch. I like it.
Saturday night.
I knew we were going to get along well.
I think so, too. And it's a good place to be. Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. It's cold outside. It's warm in here. Heating up. MNP VIP Lounge is already getting busy, and the bleachers on the other side and the Arby's fan zone looking good, too. Bottcher and Mouat as they practice and get warmed up on the ice here, and lots at stake, Chris. Basically, you lose, you go home.
Yeah, what a game we got on tap here. Two teams that are very competitive, and we're going to want to win this and stick around for tomorrow.
So there's money still. You made the quarters, you're going to get some of that $100,000 purse. That's what we know. But I think these teams that are playing right now in the quarters, they don't want to settle for a small. They want what they came for, which is the big one. They want the trophy, which is absolutely beautiful. If you had a chance to check it out, it's all over social media. And, of course, there's some big games on. You got Schwaller and Cooey, our feature game, and Bottcher and Mouat, Gushu and Carruthers, Dean and Returnaz. So some big names on the ice right now in the rink. And
is there ever? Wow. So any one of these games would be like a Brier final, better than a Brier final. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable curling here in Lloydminster.
As we settle in, and it looks to be Mouat with the hammer as we start the first end. And a tale of two teams. Team Bottcher, I'm sure you're familiar if you're on the stream, but if not, here's who we're looking at. Ben Hebert, popular name in curling for the last 30 years. Brett Gallant, Mark Kennedy, of course, and Brendan Bottcher skipping this one out of the Glencoe Club of Calgary, world number 2 and Canadian ranked number 1, going up against a monster of a team from Scotland, though, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Team Mouat, actually the Scotland world number 4 out of Scotland now. Skipped by Bruce Mouat with Grant Hardy playing third, Bobby Lammy playing second, and Hammy McMillan coming from some good Scottish curling pedigree there playing lead. Just a great resume on this young team here.
So the interesting factor in this game is going to be mental, psychological, and physical in that this is the third game of today for Bottcher. And they're just coming off the ice in the 4 o'clock draw. One against another team from Alberta in Karsten Stirling. And it was looking like it was going to be autopilot for Bottcher. And Stirling, a bit of a surge in the 8th end to make it interesting. But Bottcher with an unbelievable shot to button to seal the deal for quarters. And that's why you see what you see here now.
Yeah, and that Stirling team is sure another good young Alberta team that's going to have success for a lot of years. Looks like we're game on here already. Got a lot of rocks in play. Bottcher's going to try to follow this one right down and put it on the pin. Brent Gallant delivering the red stone here, of course. Looking to follow this down on top of his shot red, which is already sitting back 4. Playing the out churn, nice conditions have been just great all week.
Okay, so little backstory for me. I got a broadcast background, 106.1 The Goat, local radio station in town. That's why I'm here, and that's about it. That's the only reason why my ticket's been punched on this broadcast. But the brains behind the operation, and he's going to disagree, but I'm going to give him some credit here. Chris McQuid, who does some local stuff here at our Lakeland College and curling there and coaching. So you're going to look to Chris for this match to give you some help, and myself to maybe add a little bit of fun as well. But it looks like both of us here hoping to settle in, as this is going to be a great game. Game 47 of the Astec Safety Curling Challenge, Chris.
Yeah, and I think all 46 to date have been just great games. So start to listen into the curlers here. Always good to hear what they have to say. A nice little angle tap takeout there.
If you're tuning into the stream, we have a little bit of a challenge going on. Hoping to get as many people over here and watch this one. I know Gushu's got a monster following, but we can do it. I know we can. And I just asked Curling Zone to tweet the entire country of Scotland to see if we can wake them up. I don't know what time it is there, but it's late in Scotland right now.
I think they're 7 hours ahead, so might be some Nighthawks out there that really want to team out here. So Bottcher continues to play that 1 back 4 here and looking to come down and sit on top of that one again.
Little bit of room.
Just looking to maybe put this up front. Guard
Mouat,
the situation, looking pretty good for them.
Mouat with the hammer, looking to control.
Mouat not happy with what he's seen up front there, so he will look to remove those couple of reds up front. Clear himself a scoring path.
You got the world number 2 going up against the world number 6. Bruce Mouat, skip. Grant Hardy, 3rd. Bobby Lammy, 2nd. And lead Hammy McMillan Jr.
Looking to remove a couple of red stones here. And he will. Great shot to start off the first end. Take a look at the replay here. They sure make it look easy.
Yeah, don't come and stream our Thursday mixed league, I'll tell you that. You're not going to see any of this action from me.
And Bottcher looking to bring another one down and sit top 4. Continue to put the pressure on Mouat here.
Mark Kennedy now. In the first.
Line good.
Of course, the one lefty out there, so
Line good.
throwing his in turn, where it'd be an out turn for us righties.
Easy. It's got a curl. I can see me. Curl. Real good.
Looking for top 4 on this one, Chris.
Yeah, just perfect shot. Right where he wanted it, sitting 2. Forcing Mouat to continue to chase here with hammer.
I cut that down quite a bit for you.
Yeah, and you hear that comment, maybe just a little less curl tonight, so that'll be something the players will have to be mindful of. We got a packed house in here tonight, Evan. Lots of curling fans in Lloyd, braving the cold and getting out here to the curling rink.
Yeah, it never really warmed up out there, did it?
No, it definitely didn't.
It's been cold in Canada, basically all of Western Canada for the last week. And if you're in the chat right now, let us know where you're at, and we will give some love, send some love to you wherever you're at on this planet too. Brandon saying Curling Zone, amazing event and coverage, perfect for a -50 weekend at home. Nice.
Absolutely.
100%. As we settle in just before 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. And Mark Kennedy second in a must-win game to continue your journey, the Astec Safety Challenge here.
It's big money on the line. Thanks to all our great sponsors and at Astec. Looking to put this top 4 again.
Good. Whoa. Very good.
There's great placement.
Good, Mark.
Bottcher lays 2. Mouat with hammer. They're really forcing him into chasing him here all first end so far.
Quick replay here from the team at Maz Entertainment behind the scenes, making this happen for us.
Looking for a run back here, see what they can get moving. Got one, but couldn't quite remove that second rock. Way better situation though than it was coming into that shot.
Good nose shot. They had the angles on that one, Chris, and they make these things look so easy. I mean,
unbelievable. Even on TV, it doesn't look like it's that far of a run back. But you see here at the rink, it's
yeah, right.
It's a crazy long distance, and a quarter of an inch either way, you're gonna miss that shot.
So Bottcher settles in now for his first in the first end of this quarterfinal matchup. All these teams playing tonight, Chris, have won some money. Looking for more though.
Absolutely.
$100,000 in total on the line, which is pretty special for a first-time event.
Yeah, worth the trip for you see a lot of teams from Europe here, Scotland.
Yeah,
and, absolutely. Well worth the trip to Lloydminster, Canada's only border city.
Bottcher with his first. Control on the front end. Kennedy asking for a curl from Gallant. Gotta move it. A little late, and they're gonna get the outside, not get the action they wanted towards the middle, Chris. And what does that do for Mouat now?
Yeah, they still sit in the 2, so Mouat does have a chance to come in behind, maybe try to generate a deuce here yet.
The draw or the hit and roll?
They're talking that hit and roll as well, which would basically do the same thing, but probably not a bad idea to get that draw weight under your belt too, but it looks like they are electing for the hit.
They only hit it 3 feet out.
Ice has been really nice and consistent all week, so I'm sure these guys have a really good idea what it's going to do.
Yeah, Wall and crew coming in and making it happen. The local guys here, tons of love there.
I loved it halfway down the sheet. Yeah. Wouldn't have wanted to see it.
Bruce Mouat with his first. With the hammer. And you can hear in the back, Kennedy says to Bottcher, we might be drawing here.
Yeah,
so
really.
Already looking for the setup.
Absolutely. Look to put that pressure on.
Go.
Bruce hoping for a bit of a roll to the inside here.
Straight.
Look at that. Great shot. Rolled
Nice
underneath, not
touch.
fully buried, but about halfway. Enough to make this
Replay.
shot really tricky.
So pressure on Bottcher now.
They can somehow remove it and stick around. They can play the force as they would have come into the end with the goal of, or if they roll out, we'd be looking at a blank here.
And a massive shout out. Marjorie watching from Scotland.
Oh, awesome.
3 a.m. right now.
Be gentle with it early.
That's true dedication. Glad to see Marjorie's up watching this great battle here.
Not half, so.
Bottcher with his second. Looking for a hit on this one. Control from the front end.
Looking for a little curl out of this. Try to stick around. And they will. Great shot, and they will force Mouat to draw for his one.
Great sweep by Gallant and Hebert on the front end to keep that one where it needed to be. And a pretty routine end for Team Bottcher to settle Mouat for his one.
Yeah, mission accomplished for them, for sure.
Like to wait or me too. My first one, I wouldn't have wanted to see it end.
So Mouat playing the out turn, facing two, looking to score one with hammer.
Somebody just checked in from Siberia, Chris.
Jeez.
No joke. He said -50 here. Well, we know what that feels like.
We can officially say we're as cold as Siberia.
That's gross. Pretty routine draw here for Bruce Mouat, and he picks up his one after one.
Mouat takes the 1-0 lead. Great end to start the game.
I mean, he didn't hit it. That went across the. If he makes a nice double here, got to take care of my man. Yeah.
We check in quickly with a bunch of local sponsors that you're seeing right now if you're on the stream for helping us. We couldn't do it without these folks. Lloydminster Curling Club, obviously, the Lloydminster Exhibition Association for all the food and beverage. The tent guys, Wild Rose Pump and Compression as the presenting sponsor, and Excel Insurance, Musgrave Agencies, and Fountain Tire, RL Electric. I'm missing a few here, Chris, but there's so many people that help.
Oh, yeah. All the volunteers, too, that make this event possible. And thank you so much, sponsors. So great to have this caliber curling back in Lloydminster. It's been a long time.
Hammy McMillan Jr. to lead off in the second.
Yeah, I was saying to Brandon the other night, I really dated myself, but I remember watching Hammy's dad way back in the day.
Oh,
so
there it is.
Yeah, that's definitely coming from good curling stock there.
So what's Bottcher looking to do here to set up the end for his deuce potentially, Chris?
Yeah, so Bottcher, and of course, you used to always see teams with hammer play to the outside, but now with the new no-tick rule, you're seeing a lot of play to the center, which is definitely a new strategy that we're seeing these last couple of years, trying to generate more offense in the game, and he's going to look to come around there and make sure some interesting angles and a lot of really good shot making.
Line's good. We're a little tight.
Then, of course, one of the best leads in the game. A lot of accomplishments. The resume on this team is just unbelievable. $14.6 should be pretty close to T-line with what we've been seeing the rest of the week. And
that's what we saw earlier, yeah, in sheet 5. Consistent ice. And we'll ask our production crew to give the screen back to our viewers for full view here. A big thank you to our sponsors.
Mouat looking to bump this redstone just delivered by Hebert. And
Little
they'll push
kiss.
it right out the back.
And a nice shot.
And they got the little flop inside there.
Hammy McMillan Jr. And now Ben Hebert sets up for his second in the second end of this quarterfinal match. Just after 8 o'clock, the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. And Bottcher
Switching churns here to the out churn. Going to need to move a little bit here to get to the face of that yellow. Just great sweeping to carve that in there. And the team's playing a little more cautious here, you know, not playing a freeze or come around. They're looking to hit these while they can, so.
It's a calculated end here, Chris, in
really
that both teams are looking maybe for that spot to open up. No mistakes being made so far, and this is the kind of end you get as a result of both teams making some pretty good shots.
Yeah, that's for sure. Mouat just looking for the nose hit here.
Brett Gallant now. As we give it to the front end.
Mark Kennedy indicating it's a little bit less weight, so the sweepers might have to go on this a bit. And a little roll to bring the play back to the middle of the sheet.
Just an exceptional front end there when you look at these two and all they've done. And
wow, unbelievable.
Mark Kennedy, what, one slam away from all-time record?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's
unbelievable career for these two guys.
Those two are what I remember from when I first started, and the Kevin Martins of the world, and you saw those guys everywhere, and
big winning streaks and lots of wins.
Although there was a soft spot for me too for Furby and Netowin.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
As an Alberta boy.
Definite legends. Alberta had a really good run at the Brier for a lot of years. It's still such a hard province to come out of to go to the Brier. There's so many good teams in this province. And so Gallant just looking to hit this again. Maybe get a little roll to the inside and make this shot a little tougher for Mouat. Oh, and they'll elect to roll to the outside instead. We're looking at a pretty quick end here.
It just seems routine for these guys. It's just, you know.
Yeah, they make it look a lot easier than I can, that's for sure.
Special, too, in lots of these teams took part, Chris, in a session with the junior curlers on Wednesday night. And I got a chance to talk to Jaap van Dorp from the Netherlands and how special it was for him and his team to be here, too. And he just said, that's the future, whether you're from the Netherlands or whether you're from Canada, Scotland, it doesn't matter. And that these players understand that to pass the love of the game and the technical of the game, we have to get our youth involved. And that's exactly what we did. And a big shout out to Team Bottcher for initiating that and inviting some of those teams in there. And when you have a world number one like Returnaz coming in and spending 2 hours with your local kids, it tells you a lot about this sport.
Yeah, I heard they were just having a blast out there. There was a lot of laughs and a lot of cheering, and it sounded like it was just a great thing. Yeah, curling is so unique that way that the professionals will mix and carry on with the younger generation and show them their skills, which is awesome. You don't see that in many other sports.
That's for sure. Mark Kennedy now with his first. Need it from Gallant, says Bottcher.
Another nice nose hit with that control weight.
And this is a technical display of accuracy from both these teams. And will this game open up, or will we see just tight, smart
Yeah, it's tough to say. You know, we saw last night with the Pierce game, they took an end off, so to speak, where they, just exchanged hits and kind of gave themselves a mental break. And maybe that's what we're seeing here, or maybe they'll play it pretty open too. There's a lot of respect between the teams. So
a quick look around. Gushu with 2 in the first over Carruthers.
nice roll there, right over to the center line. Almost fully buried behind that long center guard.
A blank from Returnaz and Edine. And back to our featured game in Bottcher and Mouat.
4 sheets of action here tonight at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. 8 great teams out here. I can see just how buried that is. There's not a lot to look at there for Mark Kennedy.
Still something for him, though, and the idea here is what, Chris, as he's looking down the barrel of Bottcher's broom?
Yeah, I think he's going to try to hit this and as close to nose as possible and stick around. Make the next shot really tough for Team Mouat.
Gotta go for Hebert. Gotta get her by. Now we've got her by. Gallant now.
Yeah, about as good as you could do there. Roll out to the outside, but was able to just remove that yellow stone.
Nice touch from Mark Kennedy, and you see the reaction from him. That was a small margin of error.
Yeah, that's a tough shot when you can't see much like that. And also a testament to the ice we have here that those kind of shots are possible.
If you are on the stream, we welcome you. Can we get this over 1,000 people? We're just on the crest, so tell your friends. Pretty special, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night from the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center out of Lloydminster.
Get Marjorie to spread the word in Scotland and wake up some of her friends and get some more of our Scottish viewers too.
Marjorie, can you go knock on some doors? I'm sure they won't mind at 3:30 in the morning.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, a couple Canadian boys are telling me to wake you up so you can watch this curling game.
A little bit of miscue there. Mouat would like to stick around, but did overcurl and he rolled out. So open house here.
If you're Bottcher, Chris, are you happy to take a blank here and maintain hammer going into the third?
Yeah, I think they are going to look to maybe sink one behind here. They had talked about that, but they're going to see if they can sink one behind and maybe get a little bit of a miscue from Mouat and get a shot for 2. So
obviously, Bottcher feels comfortable in that there is a potential for 2 here. Otherwise, they would look to blank.
Yeah, definitely. Going to need to really sink it back there, as we saw in the few shots this end. Nothing's really safe back there, so ice is moving nice, and it's pretty doable shots.
MNP VIP lounge packed, the Arby's fan zone, lots of curlers on that side too. A packed house upstairs at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. Special to have world-class curling back in Lloyd. I think the last time we had an event like this was 2008, Chris?
Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, and you just feel the buzz in the community. It's really brought all the curling fans out, especially, and even some people are just interested to see that we have world-class curlers here, I think. So
yeah, 9 of the 10 top men's teams in the world right here in Lloyd, battling it out for $100,000 divvied up depending on where you finish. All of these teams in the quarters going to be making money already as we go to ice level and listen in to the front end of Bottcher as they work this through.
Likely going to be line 2 after this.
Great shot there. Sunk that top of the button.
So consistent. We were timing the rocks before and throughout this event, and 14-3, 14-6, they say that's T-line. So consistent ice all the way through here, Chris.
Yeah, it really has been. And aggressive call here. We're going to see Mouat try this long run back. Try to eliminate that red stone and force the blank.
Thoughts on this move, Chris? It's high risk, high reward here.
Absolutely. I mean, you could freeze it and just give him his 1, but he would still have a draw for 2. So this is an aggressive call. I like it. And we saw Mouat make a lot of these shots this weekend. So
McMillan on it. Lammy on it, runs it back.
Right on the nose. Wow, what a shot.
Unbelievable shot from Bruce Mouat.
And it does sit there buried too, so tough decision here for Bottcher now if they can pick it. I don't know if they can to get their blank.
That's what Kennedy says as you check in, right? Let's listen into these two. Nice little nod from Kennedy saying, Bruce, great shot.
Yeah, such a good thing about curling, you know, the sportsmanship, even at this high level.
So what's the idea here, Chris? Are they going to try to pick this out? They don't want to take their one and give up hammer.
Yeah, and I think they are forced to do that. They're going to have to try to draw down and take their one. Mouat just made that too good. They're not going to have a chance to blank it and pick it out of there. So Mouat's going to have to draw full 4 foot here to get his one. And they are still talking about it there. Maybe some second thoughts.
Play the run back, Mark.
So now Bottcher thinking.
You see Mark shaking his head there. He was.
Go.
Yeah, and I think Mark won that battle. He held steady, and Bottcher decided to continue with the draw, as he called it originally.
Well, I mean, great shot by Bruce. Forces the hand of Bottcher on this one.
Oh, really did.
And you're looking now at a one spot for Bottcher's. Gonna need all 4 foot on this one. Hebert now. Gotta get it there, boys. Looks a little heavy to me, Chris.
No, it's wrong. Yes, okay. And I'll just slide a little too far, it looks like. So a big steal here for Mouat.
Big steal for Mouat in the second, and that's on the heel of a great first shot by him to run that long guard back.
Oh, yeah, that's a skip steal right there. A great shot on that run back.
All right, so a steal for Mouat as we wrap up the second end. It's 2-0 for Mouat over Bottcher as we take a quick break from the Astec Safety Curling Challenge in Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting to a changing world, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, tax, technology, areas critical to your continued growth and success. All part of the journey, all part of what we do together with you. Because your success is the destination. MNP, wherever business takes you.
This result for Bottcher, you're still down 2. You do have hammer, and you score your 2 here, and still game on. So
as we went to commercial break, you hear Kennedy say, "It's all right, boys. Get our deuce here. We're back in the game."
Yeah, and I think Mark just has that calming presence about him. You know, he's played at the highest level right up to the Olympics, so I don't think much rattles that athlete anymore.
You hear Mark Kennedy as Bottcher slides down saying, let's grab a deuce here. That's the mission. Grab some momentum back. Do you know Mouat's going to make a shot like that when you give it to him? He's just that dialed in.
Yeah, absolutely.
World number 6 out of Scotland.
Yeah, and of course, just prior to this event, they had competed in Perth there as well. So quick turnaround, maybe a little jet lag, but it definitely doesn't show on this team. They've just been making amazing shots all weekend.
Line's good.
Looks like we got game on here. We're going with the corner guard. Bottcher looking to set up this deuce.
Couple of comments on the stream right now saying Mouat machine, the hashtag.
I like it, yeah.
And a lot of people loving that shot from Bruce.
Yeah, but he was sitting up here last night, and I just couldn't believe how young that team looked. And I had to Google it. I guess Bruce is 29, so he's that's a young team that's going to be good for a lot of years.
Prime of their years just starting. So if you see what they're doing now, and you're watching from Scotland, be proud. You're going to have great representation in curling with this team, no doubt.
No kidding. And so many good Scottish teams over the years.
So McMillan puts one in a great spot.
And Bottcher, nice aggressive call here. He's going to follow that down. Try to sit on top of that shot yellow stone, just sitting on the button.
Line's good. Fair light. Line's good. Line's good. Line's
Hebert with the out turn here.
Line's good.
Kennedy and Gallant dragging this down. Looks like they can let up a little bit now. Weight's looking really good. Yeah, it will come up a little bit short, but still a really good spot for Bottcher.
Called 15-4 on that one, Chris. So
yeah, about a second slower than what we've been seeing to the tee line. That does look about right.
Hog to hog is what we're measuring here when you hear us say 15-4, and that's 15 seconds. Bobby Lammy now with his first in the third and a quick game. We are carving through these ends.
Yeah, we really are. It's flying by. Looking to bump this red one out into the open for sure. I don't know if they'll be able to get rid of it completely.
Nice little chip.
As much as they'd like, but it is out in the open now.
I just thought he'd have to double up.
And a chance for Bottcher to come back around and sit on top of that yellow, maybe just a little deeper than the last shot of Hebert's.
Brett Gallant with his first of the third. And looking to come right down on the Mouat stone.
Line's good. Go low for weight. Line's good. Go ahead.
Sweeper's going hard on this one again. They set the same weight. Gonna have to really go to get this to a good spot on top of that yellow.
Good scrub. Very good.
Really good sweep.
Nice sweep from the front end. And you think about it, this is the third game for Bottcher, Chris. And you watch how much work goes into one shot. So,
well, sweepers have got to be gasping now, you think.
Oh,
they are world-class athletes. So, I don't know if it was me, I'd be a puddler on the couch by now. I wouldn't be able to sweep 3 full games anymore.
Yeah, I kind of feel sad about complaining to my wife when I come home after a mixed on Thursday when I'm really not sweeping as hard as these guys ever.
Yeah, the pressure they put on those brooms is just unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to give credit. Lammy now with his second in the third.
Fairly routine here. It's out in the open. And a great shot. And they'll just tick their other yellow one out into the open. into the 12-foot.
Salute from the front end saying nice shot. And you watch the strategy here as these two dance with the rock, change positions, depending on the sweep. I mean, not a lot there with the speed that they were throwing, but if you watch these two front ends juggle with each other.
Yeah, and that's something you've really only seen over the last few years here too. Teams have really started to figure that out and done the research and figured out what works best for maneuvering those rocks. So as much strategy goes into sweeping as the calling anymore. It's the whole game is just at such a high level now.
Brett Gallant with his second of the third.
Line good.
Brent just looking to draw around this corner guard.
Line good. Shot 12. All right, guys. Hard line.
Need it for line, they say. Need it for line, they say.
They get by that guard. And they won't. They'll just tick it.
Maybe a bit of fatigue coming in here on this one, Chris.
Yeah, and just a little bit light. The Supers couldn't drag that, so a little bit of an opportunity here for Mouat to bail out of this end.
Bottcher with the hammer. Forced Mouat to 1 in the first. Steal from Mouat in the second. And that's the tale of this game so far.
I think Mouat was originally looking at that run back, but now considering drawing on top of that red. From watching this team this week, they really do like their run backs, and why wouldn't you when they can execute them like they do?
Seems like almost an impossible shot when you're a below average curler like myself.
It really does.
You don't want to even look at these shots.
If I made one of those every 10, I'd be happy. Or 20, maybe 10's generous. So.
I like that.
Yeah, and you hear the conversation, from the Bottcher team that they were surprised he's going to freeze this, that they thought he'd run it back too. So a little bit of a change of gears here from Mouat. Just by that guard.
So we've got some action in the house, Chris. There's some angles set up, but Bottcher has to come out of this one.
Yeah, they need to generate that deuce here. You can't fall any further behind. It is pretty good angles. Looks like they're able to maybe move both of these and sit 2 by the time the shot is done. So they can play some nice control weight, try to get a little roll to the middle and get both those yellows moving.
Mark Kennedy says, okay to have some backing on this one too, potentially.
Yeah, those little catchers always come in handy when you look at some of the hits and things that can catch some of those. So
Kennedy with his first in the third.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep.
Work from Hebert on this one, digging in. Gotta go. Held it. Curl from Gallant now. Action off the face, bit of movement.
yeah,
And a nice juggling of stones there, Chris, to swap positioning and exactly what Bottcher was hoping for there.
yeah, about as good as they could have done there. So sitting first and third there now. Of course, have the angle on that red to drive back to the yellow, but we'll see. Mouat has other plans for that here. So
Killed that one, did we?
looks like he is looking at the run back here.
Bit of a discussion here from the front end for Hardy.
Yeah, definitely a little more conversation going into this shot. Everyone wants to make sure they're on the right page here.
Great shot, Mark. Thank you.
Always good to talk to your front end.
That's right.
Complete team shot, even though it's the player in the hack delivering. The information from all parts is key to making this thing success for these guys.
Yeah, it really is.
Hardy now.
with it here.
Looking for the run back onto the red here.
Yeah.
We'll have to curl up. It will not, but they will remove one red rock and sit second, third, and fourth in the house.
So plan B maybe on this one, Chris. Didn't exactly get the movement that they were hoping for on multiple rocks, but
Yeah, it's still not a terrible result. You know, there's a lot of yellow in there, so it's going to start to make Bottcher a little more nervous here, but they do have a chance to hit and sit 2 here.
Pam's wondering what's the score on the Cooey game. 1-0 for Schwaller.
Yeah, and we're down to Skip Rocks over there too. So.
Skip Rocks over there. So if you are looking for more updates, throw it in the chat and we'll hopefully help you out. It's big games across the board. Quarterfinals here with basically the top 8 men's curling teams on the planet all playing right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Clean. Clean.
Kennedy delivers here.
Clean.
Kennedy's final shot.
Not leave a double here. Hit and
separation
a little to the inside. Or the outside. There we go.
It's a nice shot from Mark Kennedy. Quick replay here from the guys at Maz Entertainment behind the scenes. Controlled weight from Kennedy. Good communication from Hebert and Gallant off the top.
Boy, you didn't have much room.
And no
have
hesitation
much
from
room
out there.
Good line call.
Yeah, just a great shot.
So, some angles are set up. Bottcher in place. Sitting 1-2.
No hesitation from Mouat here. He really wants this run back. So.
Well, he knows he can do it. We saw him do a beautiful run back in the first. And you hear Kennedy in the back. Just relax. Settle in.
Yeah, how great is that veteran presence there for Bottcher? Experienced skip, but still a fairly young skip. So
Mouat for the run back. Bang on the money.
Another pistol.
Bang on the money.
Actually gets both moving, and he'll sit 3. Just a great shot.
Unbelievable shot from Bruce Mouat. And the Mouat machine, if you are watching from Scotland, get those hashtags rolling in the chat. That's a beauty from Bruce.
Yeah, that was almost flat. It's just unbelievable he could get them both moving like that. Just a great shot.
So does that change the way you play the game when you see how Mouat is dialed in terms of what he's throwing right now?
Yeah, nothing's really safe. You can't really hide anything on him for sure.
Right.
So. And they are talking about coming back behind, but again, like you just said, with the way Mouat can run him back, it's really tough to find somewhere to hide.
Let's take a listen in on these guys. So, Chris, thoughts here? Bottcher's going to hopefully try to tuck one in here, and is he hoping for top 4? Doesn't want to go behind the T line on this one.
Yeah, and he actually was talking about going behind T originally, maybe just to make that run back a little harder, but I think that probably does give Mouat a bit of an out to come on top of it. So
Bottcher just said it's okay to be a bit open on this shot.
Yeah, and again, that's where those rocks come into play that are little catchers back there. Maybe you set up some angles where you can't remove it cleanly without jamming. So
Bottcher with his first and the third with the hammer. Looking to gain some momentum back after a couple of beauty shots from Mouat.
Good, guys. Good. Good shot. Right here.
All rock at this point, Chris.
yeah, and this is carving in here nice.
Wants it on the tee.
Line.
And
Covers the pin. Can do better than what he was looking for there.
good spot from Bottcher. Pressure shot.
So decision time for Mouat. He could either tap that, freeze on top of it, and look at possibly a steal or force Bottcher to his one. Or, I mean, the run back, you're really going to put the pressure on too if you can hit it clean. But we'll leave Bottcher a shot that way. So.
Roll out of my hand. I thought I was all there. 14-1 would feel that way. Yeah. Really hope he doesn't splash just after he left out a rock high.
Well, if he does, he definitely got the insurance with a little bit of help over here.
Give you a bit of a visual on what Mouat's looking at here. Top view.
That's spot it all. Yeah, that's fair.
I think the way Mouat's dialed in, he looks at these and just says, that looks great. That's a nice, easy shot there. If I was looking at that, I'd be just shaking, I think, at the other end.
Run back again by the sounds of it. Looking for nose on the top yellow. Drive it back into the shot redstone. Bruce Mouat. Clean from the front end.
Must be close on this one. They're off and on.
And another run back for Mouat.
Wow. And
This
clean too.
fit
Didn't
four.
catch anything at the back. So no choice here, but the draw for one for Bottcher, but he'll be facing 4 yellow ones in the house.
And it's the preciseness, regardless of length between stones, from Bruce Mouat to start this game, and the difference so far in the scoreboard.
Yeah, and we've seen this with a lot of Mouat's games. It just feels like they kind of control the flow, and the other team's always chasing a little bit, and that's what you're seeing here with Team Bottcher.
Couple of people on the chat. Kenny saying he thinks the Mouat and the team is going to be very hard to beat tonight, and Cheryl saying, yeah, these guys look dialed in. And so it's up to Bottcher with some experience in the front end and the team that knows where they need to be. World number 2. They've been here before, drawing against 4 Mouat stones to get on the board and head to the 4th. And Bottcher says, I could do this all day. 1 for Bottcher, 2-1 now.
Great pressure draw.
Great pressure draw. We saw it in the 8th against Stirling. So it's 1 for Team Bottcher. Give the hammer back to Mouat.
Yeah, Mouat up 1 with hammer, heading into an even end. That's a nice spot to be in, so look to continue their momentum.
As we send a thank you to the local sponsors you're seeing on our screen right now, an event like this would not happen without L&L Oilfield, The Goat, Strathcorner Resources, presenting sponsor, Wild Rose Pump and Compressions, Velocity Truck Centers, Cooperators, Jason Arden and Associates, T-Bar 1, Synergy Credit Union, Bexton Construction, Border Inn Suites, Bandit Energy, and Astec Safety, of course, for putting this on and having a dream, Chris. It starts with one person, and in this situation, it was the team at Astec and Caitlin Mulligan and Jeff Mulligan and crew saying, we could bring world-class curling back to Lloyd, and they've done it.
Yeah, and I think from the results this weekend, Lloyd was hungry for an event like this, so great job to the whole organizing committee, the volunteers, and thank you to all the sponsors.
Sit over if you can, guys. Over if you can.
A really high guard here, just barely over. Uncharacteristic for Ben Hebert, but a little bit lighter here.
Could be one of those shots that ends up being a factor. You never know.
Yeah, that's right.
Tough one, good throw.
So Bruce looking to put up a corner guard of his own, or potentially come behind that long one, although it's not a lot of coverage with that one.
Probably throw center. Probably throw a center.
Hammy McMillan Jr. to lead off Team Mouat. 2-1 with the hammer. Looks a bit heavy on this side, Chris.
Yeah, sweepers aren't touching this one.
Very good shot.
Got to dig in here. So now they want to take this as far back as they possibly can, you think?
Definitely not plan A, but so it does help Bottcher looking to steal. They'll try to put up another guard here and cut down that scoring zone so they can sink something in there.
Hebert with his second in the 4th in a must-win game for both of these teams. Every team in the quarterfinals has made the money, but any loss now means your tournament life, your challenge is over. Let's hear how these guys settle this one out.
And
Somebody in the chat
nice
saying,
start.
interesting to see how Bottcher and Return As fare, as this is their 4th games today. Half correct. Return As, this is their 4th, which is unbelievable if you think about that as the world number 1. This is Bottcher's 3rd game, Team Bottcher's 3rd game tonight.
Yeah, Retornes is in a battle over there too. First 2 ends were blanked against Adine, and Adine took 1, was forced to 1 in the 3rd. So another slugfest over there on your 4th game of the day.
1475, Brett.
Over 1,200 people tuning in from wherever you are, and we thank you for being with us here in the frosty border city, Canada's only border city, Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan, technically on the Saskatchewan side, Chris.
We are, yep, just barely.
Just a hop
Just barely.
from the border. And if you're wondering how that works, there's some complications, but we fare just fine, and it means a lot of community support and a lot of teamwork, and that's why you see events like this in a place like Lloydminster, because when we want something, we get it done as a community, and it's a special place to be, that's for sure. And a thanks to the city of Lloydminster and the Lloydminster Curling Club for hosting us.
Yeah, great venue, and man, I've never seen it look better. Just looks awesome out here. The MNP VIP Lounge, the Arby's fan zone.
Front end, Kennedy and Hebert working on this one.
Just going to freeze this back yellow, and they will.
Great communication from all 4 teammates there and Team Bottcher to get that one done. And
a replay crew right on the ball here with this great replay of this shot.
So now, what's Mouat thinking, Chris?
I didn't see where he was holding his broom here, but it looks like he's throwing some hit weight at this, so this looks like a run back of some sort.
Bobby Lammy, Team Mouat.
And
just
a
looking
straight
to peel.
And Bottcher looked to replace that, maybe get a little more over towards that 4-foot line.
And it takes all kinds to make teams like this make events like this. And a shout out to Been There, Dump That, and Team Bottcher. This is the people that make it happen for them. Spartan Controls, Astec Safety here in Lloydminster, ATB Financial, UFA, Caltech Surveys, Driving Force, PointsBet, RJ Design Solutions, Hearing Loss Clinic, and Hardline.
Want this one to move over a little bit more off that center line.
Kennedy digging. Hebert digging. Just looking across the center.
And a pretty good spot again.
Staggered guards up front for Team Bottcher.
No hesitation from Mouat. He's going to look to remove this again.
Another peel from Team Mouat looking to keep control here and keep the center clean. Bobby Lammy with his second. Just.
The jam out the back, but he'll be happy with that. Remove that yellow backing, so that red one becomes a little more accessible.
Wow. Bottcher now thinking board weight.
Yeah, and a chance to sit 2 here for Bottcher and put the heat on Mouat a bit with the hammer. Bottcher, of course, looking ideally probably to force here or a steal if the opportunity came up.
Jen McConnell on the screen stream says, "Woo, Saskabush," and wondering if the MNP lounge is popping. Well, Jen, taking a look. Indeed, the MNP VIP lounge is popping.
It really is.
And I
party down there.
I've never felt cooler saying that phrase in my life. Hebert working this one from Kennedy.
Good for a roll and a great shot here. Possibly an opportunity for Mouat to make a run back double.
if we know anything from Team Mouat, they've proved that it doesn't matter if it's buried, doesn't matter if it's hidden.
No, that's right. Nothing safe on this sheet from these guys this week.
Sorry, guys. 10-8.
This is Grant Hardy now of Team Mouat with his first 2-1 for Mouat. As we get to the third stones and 4.
Oh, wow.
And again, exactly what we talked about, Chris. These guys are digging out everything.
Perfect run back and even got that little roll to the center too. Just phenomenal shot.
Good hack. Board.
So if you're a Bottcher now, Chris, what's the play?
Yeah, I think you're just removing yellow here and open for the best. Hoping for that 4 still if you can. Maybe get a hit and roll here. You know, still looking in good shape not to give up that deuce, but a big shot from Kennedy here to make sure he gets rid of this yellow.
Mark Kennedy with his first.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep.
Super's going hard on this one to get it by.
Boys are sweeping. Boys are digging. Got to get it by that yellow.
And they do.
Wow.
And a great roll. What a shot by Kennedy.
Great sweep by Ben Hebert. Great shot by Mark Kennedy.
Truly a team shot there.
Oh, really? Legs are getting tired.
Yeah. You can
that's a fair point, I think.
Yeah, you can hear this from these guys. Really, the factor is, can you get through this game? Can you push through, get the rest you need on either side? And Mouat obviously has the advantage there in the physical rest, has played one less game than Bottcher.
Definitely.
Today. Actually, 2 less. This will be their first game today.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. So they've been resting
a long
all day.
Layoff.
Wow.
They were done yesterday afternoon even, I think.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, they've had a long layoff.
Full 24-hour rest for Team Mouat, and Bottcher coming into their third, which is still not the most games played tonight. Return as on sheet 6, actively playing against Edine right now, is in their 4th game of the day in this triple knockout style Astec Safety Challenge.
And will this yellow one stick around? It will. Just barely. Great shot.
It's Grant Hardy there with a nice touch.
Like calling it normal. Yeah. Like that. A little bit of fresh curl maybe, but right there. Yeah, like that.
Bottcher just looking for the nose here.
Force Mouat to take one is the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll give 1, take 2 strategy. Lots of game left here, so lots of time left for Bottcher to catch up. Of course, it is only a 1-point deficit, but Mouat does have the hammer.
Bottcher with his first in 4.
Keep going.
Gonna get the rollout on this one, Chris.
Yeah, did overcurl a bit on him. A fresh spot there they hadn't played on yet, so but good sweep. End of the day, a good result. Decision time for Mouat.
Sorry, Mark. I got a good time. Halfway down through 9. Yeah, mostly happy with that.
You gotta force this little curl.
Maybe minimum. But it's definitely curl.
Yeah, okay.
Let's check out.
Yep.
So I did talk about doing this on the intern side, but with that really long red guard up there, didn't know if there was enough room to get by on the stagger, so they're going to play this on the outturn side.
So Mouat still hopeful maybe to get his deuce. Is that what he's hoping for here, Chris?
Yeah, hoping to sink one in here and from there, we'll see what Bottcher does, but they are still playing for that deuce, so we'll see what Bruce can pull out here.
There's a chance it's running straight though too. I would agree, right?
Mouat
They got things moving.
with his first in the fourth. Looking to tuck one in and potentially walk away with two here. Or at least leave Bottcher with a shot that's a little bit more challenging. Looking to just sit
shot.
full 8 and under
Looks to
full
be
coverage.
Completely buried there too, so just a great shot. See that finished a lot. It was on the D of the click before you dig sponsor logo there, and ended up sinking right in behind.
Kennedy observes.
Well, looks like Team Bottcher's turn to take a shot at the run back here.
Said Team Mouat, you can do this. I can do this too. Critical shot here from Team Bottcher, Chris.
Yeah, it really is.
Hard all the way from Gallant. Needs to run her back.
Oh, and he sticks it. So it will be a draw for 2 for Mouat with hammer.
It just sticks it on the nose. Doesn't quite.
Really close, and that's where those run backs are so tough, you know, like a quarter of inch either way, like we talked about, and totally different result. But end of the day, it did jam, and Mouat's going to have a relatively easy shot for his 2.
Needs any piece of the 12.
Yeah, just needs to touch paint here, and he'll head into the halfway point with a 4-1 lead.
Bruce Mouat with his last of the fourth as we wrap up the first half of this match between Bottcher and Mouat. Team Bottcher world number 2, world number 6 in Team Mouat. Just a clean job and a insurance from McMillan. Got to get it by the guard, though.
And they won't.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
Big missed opportunity there.
Wow.
Weight was good, but just would not curl off that center line.
Okay. Well, 3-1 for Mouat and a forced 1 as we take a quick break from the Astec Safety Curling Challenge here in Lloydminster at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. We'll be right back.
Astec Safety. This must be the place, boys. About right. Looks like this is where the engineers hang out. Nice spot.
Here's something else that's cool under pressure.
Great tour, but where's our man Brett? I don't know. All right, normally he's bailing me out. Roll reversal, baby. There he is. Rescue mode. Putting out fires for these guys already.
And we are back. It's the Astec Safety Curling Challenge. Final draw of the day, closing in on 9 o'clock local time, Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. I say that because you're listening to us from Canada's only border city, the balmy Lloydminster.
Yeah, what are we, about a minus 40 out there now? Maybe not quite, minus 37 it looks like.
We're warming up.
We're warming up. I think it's actually supposed to bottom out tonight, so
There it
I
is.
think it's supposed to get worse before it gets better. But
Evan Dagenhart and Chris McQuid here joining you from the broadcast booth, and we thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the comments and sending some love on the chat. Wake up your neighbors if you're not here watching the game right now. You're settling in for a good one. It's currently 3-1 for Team Mouat over Brendan Bottcher, and a bit of an unforced error from Bottcher on his last, and then an unforced error from Mouat on his last, which gets us to where we are. Walk us through, Chris, maybe what these teams are thinking coming out of that end.
yeah, it really was, and that's a key swing point there. You know, up 3, that's a little more comfortable. When you're up 2, it's not too out of the realm of possibility, especially with the new 5-rock rule, to get that 2 back for Bottcher. The 3 and the 4-1 lead would really put a stranglehold on him, but like you said, just an unforced error, and his rock run really straight and ticked off that center line guard. So Bottcher's still very much in this game.
We'll bring you back to ice level as you hear these teams, and special too to have these guys mic'd up, Chris, and you can hear it right from these guys as they deliberate the shots.
Yeah, you know, as a curling fan, that's the part I always enjoy the most. So, you know, I know you and me are just fantastic up here, but I'm sure the experts are who the people really want to hear down there on the ice. So
yeah, there's been a few comments over the course of this. Hey, Evan, stop talking so I can hear these guys actually tell me what's happening.
That was a great picture-in-picture shot there of the rest of the team too. So.
Glant walks down to deliberate. Let's see what these guys are thinking.
Yeah, and Mouat with their foot on the gas, already sitting 2 here and forcing Bottcher. Bottcher hasn't had a lot of success setting up those multi-point ends here yet, so they're going to look at how they can generate at least a 2 here, get back in tied up in this game.
We just hit and roll in front. Hit and roll on top. Yeah. Sure. So we were thinking.
Comment on the chat here as we sweep through the games, and Cooey and Schwaller. Cooey up 3. Gushu and Carruthers. Gushu up by 2. Sorry, Cooey up by 2. Gushu up by 2. And Returnaz and Dean. Returnaz up by 2.
Yeah, that fatigue doesn't seem to be affecting Returnaz. Really tight game there. It was 1-0 after 3 for Dean, and Returnaz cracked that big 3, so big 3-1 lead over there.
Big sweep, clean sweep by the first. Touch on one, roll over the other.
A really nice shot there. Got the hit, the roll to the inside. Of course, yellow is still shot and a little buried back there, so.
Weird.
Yeah, Gallant comes up and says, I'm thinking this, and Bottcher says this, and they go with Gallant, and ends up the result that Bottcher was hoping for in the first place. A funny game of curling, isn't it?
It really is. So Mouat looking to come down on top of that red one, keep the angles in his favor, and sit on top of that red one where it can be used later.
A couple of comments saying, hey, we can't quite hear the Mouat team. I know that we've got Bottcher dialed up, and I'm not quite sure if Mouat's crew are wearing mics or not, but that'll be a question for production that they can dig in there. So thanks for asking, but I think from what I know, they might not have mics up at this point for these guys. But that's not saying we can't go run them down there if they're willing to wear them. So
A nice opportunity for Bottcher here, looking to possibly run this red one back onto the yellow that was just thrown.
Gonna roll a rock. Hit it right there. Like you said, should be fairly straight though, Brett. Okay, get the weight right. Air heavy. Whoa, wait, whoa! Air heavy. Cole! 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 Hard! Please! Okay. Okay. Thanks.
And we'll use the chat as
Yeah.
we test some mics here. So if
Be
you
our
do
tech
get
support.
the teams back and you can hear some of the teams on the ice, let us know in the chat for sure on the stream as the production crew looks to see if we can get both teams dialed up here. That's ultimately what we want to do for you guys watching the game right now is bring both of these
We're really running straight with a good release.
Yeah,
teams to the stream for you.
great shot for Team Bottcher there, and Mouat's got a decision to make here. They are still shot rock, but of course those two red ones on top are dangerous.
The foot. I know. They're so consistent with it. It's
Looks
okay.
like they're looking at the straight run back here. Just run that yellow back, split out the red.
Grant Hardy.
Going a little bit, guys.
Got to move some rock, got to move some granite. Hard all the way. Back it goes. Spills out. Gets the one.
Freeze another. Like intern button?
Great run back just as they dialed up there. So. Bottcher talking about maybe freezing another one back on top of here.
Freeze or around the corner.
Some comments saying players aren't wearing mics. No, Team Bottcher. We got Bottcher and Kennedy mic'd up. So you should be able to hear Bottcher and Kennedy here in the stream. Mark Kennedy, though, he's staring it down, seeing it's going to be a tight shot from these guys here, Chris.
Yeah, and they were talking about doing the out turn freeze here, which of course Mark being the lefty, it's going to be his out turn here.
Kennedy now.
Line's good.
In the fifth, down 2 with the hammer.
Line's good.
Kennedy.
Little tight now.
Gallant.
Line's good.
And Hebert working on it now, Chris.
Easy, guys. Easy.
Past the guard.
Line looking really good here.
Looking for an angle bump.
And
Nice
great-
touch, nice
great
touch.
Kept those angles exactly where they wanted them.
I learned earlier they call that the Christmas tree, Chris. I don't know if that's
Oh, okay.
accurate or not, but
Okay,
there you go. Staggered
it.
rocks.
Anybody could use a little Christmas spirit in January, so
So Mouat now.
Put my finger open, sweeping. Oh. Ow, yeah. I was happy. Oh. Looks light. Light's really good. Be better. Oh, no.
The boys are on it.
From it again?
Looked a little light out of the hands maybe, but coming in nicely here now, Chris.
yeah, it's got to move a bit here, I think.
And he'll
Good
sit
weight.
basically 4 foot.
Yeah, pretty open there though, so Bottcher will be able to deal with it. Great weight, but just didn't quite as finish as much as they would like to.
Yeah. Pick it now, get it over the top. Or at least just pick it, yeah. If I nose it, that's pretty good too.
Take a listen in as these guys think about what this next shot looks like.
But he's got to make it good. But then you'll have contact for two. Then we'll have contact. This is probably that same 13 you threw 2 ends ago, kind of.
I like it, Brett. Yeah, I like it. A little more patient and. No, I can get to know it just.
So Kennedy with his last shot here in the 5th. And walk us through, Chris, what they're visioning here for this shot.
Yeah, looks like he's looking to maybe even get to the nose. I don't know if that's quite doable, but for sure, just make it go away.
Kennedy,
of course, so good at these touch shots.
in the hands of Gallant and Hebert now. Just clean.
Curl.
Looking for it to curl a bit here.
Curl.
Get as much of that yellow as they can.
Hard.
Does start to finish good there. Really nice shot. Just perfect weight.
Sorry, guys. Little heavy, little full.
Yellow will still sit one, but there's starting to be quite a few red stones in there.
The angles are there for Team Bottcher now in terms of what they can do to set up a deuce here in the 5th.
We did stay out there just enough open that Mount has a chance to hit and roll and sink another in there and really force a big shot from Brendan Bottcher here.
That little couple of rocks down, kind of early back up. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be real gentle. Otherwise, it's getting trouble. We throwing 11-5. Like on the line call.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Mouat with his first in the 5th.
Yeah, they really like the roll here underneath that mess or the Christmas tree in the center there.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's accurate. Maybe I just made that up. But I heard a couple other smart gentlemen use that today, so I think it's legit. Mouat, controlled weight. Got to get it by that front guard. Curling now, Chris.
Really got to go get it by.
Got her by. Gets the action.
Wow, great sweep.
Great sweep. Great
Just
shot.
A great shot there.
Mouat is tucked behind.
Man, you go from seeing Mouat throw those really big weight run backs to this such a technical shot like this. Really impressive.
The touch too, and small margin of error.
Buried. Five's probably not rolling to a great spot. Little low, he'll have a double.
That's a great overhead shot. Thanks to the crew for that.
I'm good with that.
Just talking about what the best and worst case scenarios are here, I think, with the run back, but I think they're pretty settled on that is going to be the calls. So.
The angles are there for this shot and the potential to do some serious damage, but you're dealing with multiple angles, Chris.
Yeah, if they hit this right, maybe just a little bit on the center line side as we see it, I think they could get all these yellows moving. So we'll see what Brendan's got dialed up here.
Bottcher with his first, with the hammer in 5.
And the in turn, so we'll have to move up a little bit.
Got to go from Gallant. Needs the curl. Face of it. Got it.
2 yellows gone.
Just slightly off on what they were hoping for, I think, on this one, though, Chris.
Yeah, great shot, Evan. They just wanted to get that top yellow one moving as well. So curl a little more and get that maybe pushing out the right side as we're looking at it from the top. But until they're really not happy with it. But I don't think it's the worst result in the world here. There is a chance for a double, but we'll have to see if he can make it here first.
little bit in your lap. Yeah. Good call. It was a little high where we needed to be the whole way, but to be honest, we hit it a millimeter low. I thought we were close. Yeah, so I said you got it at the home joint. Yeah.
Bruce Mouat with his final shot in 5 to put the pressure on and take away a nice shot from Bottcher.
Straighter over there, so I think it's manageable.
Looking for
Got to move up a bit.
hit and roll.
Oh, great shot.
And he'll get them both.
Made it look automatic. So yeah, it will be a draw for Bottcher facing 2 yellow stones. Being forced here again to their 1.
Just a great pressure shot from Mouat.
And a game of exchanging singles continues here.
Wow. It's a low-scoring affair. And Buzzy in the chat says, Christmas tree, the descriptive that you guys are talking about, was first coined by Colleen Jones back in her heyday.
Wow, that's a great fact.
You're a smarter man than I, Buzzy. We appreciate that. So Bottcher now is going to need a full 4 foot at least to legitimize this point, Chris. And great shot from Mouat. And like you said, the singles are traded here, back and forth.
Yeah, and another big pressure draw here for Bottcher. He's had a couple of these this game, but I guess that's why the skips get paid the big bucks, as they say.
Front end leads it. Now we're going to pull it in there.
Great shot, Bottcher.
Yeah,
Good shot by
great.
Bottcher.
Really great draw.
And all of it for 1.
Good scrub. 1 red, yeah.
Which means Mouat will get the hammer, and it's 3-2 after 5, and this game is buzzing by, Chris. My gosh.
Yeah, I can't believe we're in the 6th already.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here's the thing. When you look across the board, some of these games are only in the 4th.
Yeah, that's right. We are we're really cruising along here.
These guys are cruising.
Wasting no time. Of course, at this event too, there's no timing like you'd see at a Briar. So we've seen some games take a little longer, a little more discussions carrying on a little longer than you might see at some of the other events. And I think that's great. It's awesome to hear their thought process. So
sponsors up on your screen locally here. We couldn't do an event like this without Boundary Ford and Canadian Angus. Click before you dig. Lloydminster Agricultural Exhibition Center and the RL Electric Group, Tent Guys, Wild Rose, Pump and Compression is the presenting sponsor here. Excel Insurance, Musgrave Agencies, Industrial Scientific, Fountain Tire, and of course Astec Safety, the Vision, the Drive. And a quick mention too, we thank these corporate sponsors, but we couldn't do this without all of the volunteers. I mean, you and I get a fun spot to be volunteering here behind the mic, but a lot of people here from local companies and just community members.
Yeah, I see a lot. Ton of the yellow volunteer shirts around here, and I've seen people here right from Thursday, and I don't know if they've left. I honestly thought they were just sleeping here. I've seen them so much. So some long hours, and thank you very much to all the volunteers.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people power too. It takes a lot of sponsorship, takes a lot of help on the money side, but also people to make this work and bring the bleachers in and set things up. And we give a thanks to Maz Entertainment locally here for the production value and the picture-in-picture, which some people on the stream saying they really appreciate. So we're trying our best to make this thing as dialed in and professional as we can. It's the first time we've done this event in Lloydminster, and a lot of firsts for us, but I say it looks like an event that's been well-oiled from this side, Chris.
No kidding, and I hope it continues for many years to come.
So Mouat looks to send one in there in the top 4 foot.
Yeah, so Mouat, they did have that unforced air, but we're able to get the force to Bottcher there. So now they do have hammer and still up 1, so another chance to take a little more of a lead here.
Got to curl a little. Got to curl.
Kennedy, Gallant.
Yep.
Working this one in.
Yep, keep going.
Just wants it on the center. Good pair of guard rocks here for Bottcher. Wow.
Yeah, well, both on that center line too, so they can't be touched or removed off of there. So Mouat looking to sink another one in behind here, on top of his one that's already shot, just touching the button.
Hammy McMillan Jr. for Team Mouat. And this Scotland team with 5 Grand Slam of curling titles, national title in 2017, Champions Cup in 2021, Players Championship 2021-2022, a Masters in 2021, Olympic silver medalist last year too, and World Championship gold medalist this year, 4-time European Championship gold medalists in 2018, 2021, 22, and 23. And like you said, one of the youngest teams in the mix here too.
Yeah, wow, just to have that resume at their age too, just unbelievable. I think, like I said before, but can't say enough good things about this team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time.
In this pretty straight.
Quick confirmation in the chat. Are you hearing the players better now? We're working on some buttons on this side, pulling some plugs. If you can hear the players, let us know.
And if you want to just know if the VIP lounge is popping, let us know that too, right? We'll be happy to fill you in on that as well. So,
touch the face of this one.
And a great shot.
Separation.
Great spot for that rock.
And a nice shot from Brett Gallant. Weight good, time good, confirmation from Mark Kennedy. And whether these guys are going to admit it or not, you know that the physical is coming into play. Like, you can't deny 3 games in one day. That's tough.
Yeah, no, even the best athletes are going to struggle with that. You know, they don't leave anything out on the ice. They give their all. So
nice heel from Bobby Lammy. And I was thinking about it too, Chris. In what sport would you play potentially, if you're looking at team return, as 4 games in one day? I mean, some UFC matches, some boxing matches, these guys have 9 months to prepare for.
That's right.
I mean, none of these guys are getting punched in the jaw, hopefully, but still, the physicality of curling, until you actually try the sport, it's way more physical than what it looks like.
Especially at this level with the sweeping, like it's so deceiving how much pressure and how much work goes into that. I was thinking about, as you mentioned that, watching the NFL playoffs today, and you play once a week, and that's a lot. So
Right.
yeah, 4 games in a day is a heavy lift.
I will say, I mean, the physicality in terms of your body alone, in curling,
for sure.
These guys aren't getting decked. That's fair. But when you look at the sweep action on the front side, holy.
Here, sure. I'll be as tight as we can. But yeah,
That's what they were thinking. Leave it 2/3. Leave it a quarter open. Maybe he chases it. Remember this spot, Brett? Yeah, it's good.
Gallant with his second now. Down by 1 in the 6th. Some strategy here too for Mouat. Hammer in 6. You'd think you'd get hammer back in 8, Chris.
Yeah, it's important to score in these even ends. We always say, especially in these 8-in games, if you can either score here or blank. And with the amount of rocks in play, it's looking more likely to be a score here. So you can just score your 1, you're in really nice shape. Looking for the guard here. It'll be a little shorter than that they wanted, but still a really good spot and usable.
Couple people wondering who we are, which is kind of special. Nobody ever asks.
Yeah.
My name's Evan, and alongside Chris and just a couple local guys from Lloydminster who love the game of curling.
Yeah, thanks everyone for spending your Saturday night with us.
Bobby Lammy with his second, looking to peel their own. Push back potentially. Oh, my.
Oh, that was
goodness.
Really nice blend. They didn't want the double peel, but I think they'll take that pick any day.
Looking for the double peel and gets lucky, and you got to be good to be lucky. You got to be lucky to be good, and Lammy will take that one all day. Wow.
Wow, just missed that top red one too.
Oh, my gosh. Mark Kennedy into third stones now.
Line's a little tight.
N6, and now they got to dig in.
He does have an opportunity to make this back even better than it was before if he can sink one right on top of that yellow shot stone back button. Ben's really got to go on this, get it by that guard first, and then get it right down to that yellow.
Gotta go.
Ben
Just
giving everything he's got.
Digging in.
In a good spot, sitting right over the pin.
What a sweep from Hebert.
On sheet 6, Retornus steals 2 against a Dean, so they're take a big 5-1 lead into the 6th.
Yeah, quick look around the horn here. Team Kui leading 4-1 over Schwaller. Obviously in our match, Mouat 3-2 over Bottcher. Gushu up 3-2 over Carruthers. And Returnez with a 3-spot and a 2-spot back-to-back to be 5-1 leading over Nicodine. All of these games, quarterfinal matches. You lose and you're done, and you win and you play again tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 big draws tomorrow. Looking forward to it. The action continues here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center.
First draw is 10 a.m. local time. That's mountain time here in Lloydminster. So the teams will get some rest, but it is 9:15 here in the evening. So
yeah, it's definitely cutting into the sleep time if you're making a quick turnaround to tomorrow mornings.
in just over 12 hours, we'll be right back at it regardless of the action. So that tells you how much curling is still left to go.
That's true. That's why I got the early curve.
And some good discussion from the Kennedy team there.
Well, if he plays the run, if he loses the back, we're hitting and roll. If he loses all 3 of them at the back, boom, 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 sticks a shooter, we play the hit and roll. Right? Or we get a little half shot again here.
Mouat delivering. Looking for the run back.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
Such a tough shot.
Grant
Makes it
Hardy.
so easy.
Let's get the replay here. So run back and just needs to chip this one out. And this is a finesse play, Chris.
Oh, and just barely caught it.
This one out. Runs it back. Red
Just
on
about
red.
overcurled.
Chips it out. That's touch right there from Team Mouat. And it's been the tale of this game. All game. This team is running rocks back, and you said it first. No rock is covered. No rock is safe right now.
So tough to hide one on these guys here. So Kennedy again, look to follow this down and maybe get a little closer to that yellow, get a little more backing here, get the freeze ideally.
Line's good. Close. Bit of room. Room. Okay, go ahead. Hard, guys, hard.
This one's a little late here too. Seems the spot's catching them a little bit there. 3 have come up a little bit light, and this one the lightest of all. So
where were they hoping to put this one,
I
Chris?
think they wanted that a little deeper, get it down closer to that yellow. So if they did try the run back, there was a jam possibility. Looks like another run back here for Mouat, Evan, looking to run this red one out and leave their yellows sitting 2.
Grant Hardy with his last shot in N6 as we creep closer to skip stones. And Mouat sitting 2.
This one's got to curl up a bit, and they'll end up driving it by.
And that was, I think, the first run back that Team Mouat has missed
I think you're right.
all game. Some people saying great coverage here tonight, Chris, and some people wondering, hey, can we get rocks remaining on the screen? And, you know, as we dig in and as this thing goes, you never know, but we're dealing with some first-time production on this side with Maz Entertainment, and I think they're doing a great job in their first time covering curling. So the crew behind the scenes for our game, at least, hasn't covered a curling game ever in their lives.
No, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
And you never know.
We can tell you we've got 2 red and 2 Yellowstones left. Skip rocks left here in the 6th end. So 4 rocks left and a lot of end left to be played.
Lori wondering what's the update on the Kui side.
Either, but...
Kui up by 2, 4-2 for Kui.
Yeah, and he has hammer too, so a pretty good spot there, playing 5.
We need a half.
I mean, a force is good. I thought if he could freeze a little low, it's a great shot. I mean, I know it's super hard. But if you, yeah, I'm just saying he's probably not feeling the guard.
So these guys now, full team discussion.
Yeah, and such an important shot here. Gotta get this call right and make it as tough on Mouat as possible.
Then you got to make a bit of
making a roll against the game.
My first thought was a guard. We need half a shot. I know he's not going to peel it, but.
So they're talking right now about options and setting things up and saying whatever we do, he's going to peel if they put it up there.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be just as happy here with a blank. So seems like they are decided on a shot here, though.
So just sit one on the center line, halfway between the hog and the rings, Chris, is ideally where they'd want this one.
Yeah, and force Mouat to deal with it and probably peel it here. And on their second, I think they were talking about that yellow hit and roll to the center and make it really hard for Mouat to score. So we'll see how it plays out, but looks like they have a strategy in mind.
Brendan Bottcher with his first in the 6th. 4 shots or 4 rocks remaining in this end.
Line's good.
Living the out turn, looking for that center guard.
Might have to curl a bit. Line's pretty good. Line's good. Go, 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 go.
Just for weight on this one. Line looks good from Mark Kennedy.
Keep going. Easy.
Get this as deep as possible.
It's good.
A really good spot there.
And pretty much where they wanted that one, Chris.
Good.
Yeah, you know what's going to probably... Well, I was going to say it'll force them out to deal with it, but they might ignore it and just look at playing to the center. So.
Good.
And, you know, based on what Bottcher was talking about, maybe not the worst idea just to beat him there and take that shot away.
I know it's a little scary.
I'm not scared.
We need a little bit of help.
We're in the quarters. Nothing scary now.
I know, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that on the mic, but Kennedy and Bottcher just going back and forth, and Bottcher saying, kind of looks a little scary out there, and Kennedy says, nothing scary. We're in the quarters.
Been doing a lot of talking this game.
Try harder mentality.
Yeah. Love to cover the hole. There's not a lot of super, like, right on the seeds. It's perfect. You have to go quietly.
They haven't even mentioned it, though. No. But he's trying to come right to it.
So Bruce looking to come right to his own rock, Chris. That's the design of this shot.
Yeah, looks like. And like we talked about, it does take away Basically, Bottcher getting there, although it might leave some sort of in off there too. So they got to be pretty particular with this rock placement.
Out a little bit way of your out turn with weight. Soft. Yeah. That's okay. Doesn't really change much.
Hardy deliberating with Mouat.
Super thin. We're gonna
The worst thing you can do if you hang out there a little bit and a little bit outside and a little deep and leave them a double to sit buried and make Mouat's last shot pretty tough.
As it stands now, Team Mouat with 2 sitting,
get perfect line.
and Mouat's first rock of the 6th with 3 rocks to go.
Like a whisker or a shaft, and yeah. Problem is if that yellow rock doesn't end up behind the tee line, it's going to kill us on the end too.
Mouat with the hammer, looking to come down and freeze on his own on the back of the 4-foot.
Perfect. Right? Yeah. I think you
McMillan Jr. and Lammy up front. Hardy on the line.
We're gonna have to go to get this by it.
Got
Looks
by
a
the first
little light out here.
corner guard. They got to roll though, Chris. They got to roll though.
Yeah, and it will come up light. That spot's really been catching them, both teams here.
Wow.
Yeah, so chance for Bottcher to hit this and roll to the center. Likely sit one and force Mouat's hand to the single.
So a bit of a gift from Team Mouat maybe in this sense, but he does have hammer. He does have last rock. This is Bottcher's last rock.
I think it's like a back line. 13. I'm good with that. Just in a perfect world, we move this out of the 8 so that he can't just splitting center, biting the button. I think with back line, it's getting to the button is pretty easy. In all honesty. Okay, it's just straight here. Like I think even with back line, I would like to see it. Yeah, I think that's really good. Talk to me about where the actual contact is.
Looking like backline weight.
Yeah, and they do want to keep that yellow one around to just move it and get that little flop to the center for shot rock.
Contact on a third of the rock on the inside of that yellow rock that Kennedy's got his broom next to there, and looking to spill in behind coverage and hopefully lay shot rock.
Yeah, and they could make this perfect and force Mouat to a draw. And of course, Mouat's draw weight's been really good, but after that last tricky spot, that could get in the skip's head. And
It's good.
I think you don't mind making him think about it a little more.
Shots there for roll under coverage. Potentially could steal here if it's done the right way, Chris. And now it's left to Bottcher. Final shot from him in the 6th. Critical shot. Facing down 2 Mouat stones with 1 to come. And it's up to the front end now of Hebert and Gallant, who've been sweeping for 2 games previous. Good communication from the team. Got to go by the first. They're by the first. Keep it straight.
Really
Curling.
Wow, what a
Nice
great shot.
touch by Brendan Bottcher, and the
Unbelievable.
crowd recognizes that option. MNP VIP Lounge and the Arby's fan zone, and everybody upstairs saying, doesn't get much better than that, Chris.
Yeah, you can definitely tell we've got some home favorites here.
The hometown host team in Bottcher, sponsored by Astec Safety, and the Astec Safety Curling Challenge as we just crest over 9:30 local time. I know that it's already Sunday in Scotland where we have
That's
some
right.
fans watching this game online.
Hopefully, Marjorie went out door knocking and woke up some neighbors there. And
Yeah, Marjorie, did you get anybody else in your house? Couple people saying the rocks on the screen under their names, that doesn't tell you how many rocks are left. That just notes which team is which color.
yeah, that's right.
In case you're just tuning into the stream, and we'll do our best to let you know how many rocks are left to help you out with that. But a great shot by Team Bottcher.
Oh, and we're looking at something big here. I think he's going to look at running his own yellow back onto that red and through that port. So very tricky shot.
Very tricky shot.
He makes it right. He could sit at least 2. I don't know if he can stick around that raised rock, but
This could be a dagger for Team Mouat if they make it. Looking for a deuce. Needs to run his own back. Angle raise. Front end working. Gotta go. Gotta hit her dead on and drive her back. Angle's there. Does he have it? Wicks off the top. Does he push it back enough?
and he will get his one. Little
One
unlucky
yellow.
just to catch that red. It had to curl up a hair more. Really tough shot, but a good result. Did get his one. Important end to score.
Just a chip, and not by design, Chris, but he will pick up the one. And it's 4-2 Team Mouat over Team Bottcher as we take a quick break from the Astec Safety Curling Challenge in Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting to a changing world, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, tax, technology, areas critical to your continued growth and success. All part of the journey, all part of what we do together with you. Because your success is the destination. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Viewers right now who are still up with us as we creep into the evening hours of this final draw on Saturday in the first ever Astec Safety Curling Challenge. Four 2 Team Mouat over Team Bottcher. And a quick look around the rink in this quarterfinal playdowns across the board. Team Cooey up 4-2 over Schwaller. Mouat 4-2 over Bottcher. 3-3 tie game, Gushu and Carruthers. Nicodine is down 5-1 with Returnaz in their fourth game of the day, up 5-1 and looking to come all the way back from the sea for some redemption. And
Clean line's good.
as we dial back into our featured match,
Line's good.
Bottcher looked to score 2 here and
Line's good. Line's good.
get a big steal in the 8th.
Line, no, it doesn't. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Yep.
Very good, guys. Very good.
so a force
Clean it.
of
Can we have a
one
line like that against Anton Hood?
for Mouat in the final, in the sixth end there, Chris. And
Really good shot. Your line calls. Great shot.
as Team Bottcher picks up hammer in the 7th.
A little bit out.
So, not maybe where they thought they'd be 6 ends in, but anybody's match here as we continue to roll on with a do or die game between both teams
Here it's pretty nice.
here in Lloydminster.
Yeah.
And a credit to Maz Entertainment and crew who are working to see if we can at least get some better vocals from the ice level on these two teams as we finish this game off. And
Max.
Appreciate
Max, wait. Room.
Tuppy.
your
Close now.
feedback on the stream.
Line's good. Line's good. You can go. Yep.
Big sweep. Kennedy. Hebert. And just on the corner. Four 2. Mouat leads Bottcher. And Bobby Lammy now. With his first stone of the 7th. Into second shots now.
Getting some interesting angles shape up here.
Yeah, both teams looking to stack, looking to create some potential separation, looking to see how they can maneuver theirs. And
And you could hear the front end talking about this run back double, and it looks like that's what Bottcher might go after here.
Glant's going to walk down and see what Bottcher's thinking potentially, and always good. And you might notice no time clock in the back of these guys, so you have the luxury of time to discuss shots like this, Chris.
Yeah, and the guys, you really see them take advantage of it. So it's good for them to have these
I'm seeing it
discussions
with your
and get a little
intern.
more in sync come play down
I'm
season
seeing
2.
it with your intern. I think we're throwing it hard, yeah. If you ever get past this yellow, you need a little bit of weight. Just like a smooth peel.
Smooth peel.
Looking to
That's
see
a
if
box
some
love, bro.
movement,
Smooth peel.
looking to make some noise on this one, Chris.
Yeah, and I think looking for that yellow onto yellow, and as you're at the front end say, just replace that top yellow rock with the red one, so it's their own to deal with and run back.
Brett Glant now with his first. Team Bottcher with the hammer.
Oh, clean. Call.
Runs it back.
Yeah, and you know not that they're looking for exactly, but really good result.
I think obviously it keeps things a little clean for these guys,
Oh,
Chris, and
good
it
talk.
makes it a little less complicated instead of the stack job there.
Yeah, and you know they're controlling the front of the house with their rock and sitting 2, so they'll be happy with that.
Always nice to see 3 opponent
Yeah.
stones leave too.
Absolutely.
Not that
Right?
nothing.
Yeah, when you see your opponent spill out
Yeah,
3
there's
on
no
the
panic.
backside,
Car
you
bad. Just
also got to feel good about a shot like that too.
Don't know that there's a double here. You almost have to
Hard-
get right to the
hard to
nose,
get
and I
rid of the
don't
reds.
really quite can, but
it might squirt
definitely
berry.
pop it out to the middle or
Might
out
squirt
to the
berry.
outside, I should say.
Oh, I thought he was on his yellow.
You much right on the nose.
Yeah.
Just skinny their yellow there, and we're able to get both moving.
Yeah, I think so.
Great shot, able to get both out of there, and Bottcher will look to do the run back and get rid of both those yellow stones. So now it's
So how quickly things change too here, Chris?
just unbelievable shot making. A shot you'd think might not even be there, and just made it perfect.
Another update from the Adine Returnez game. Returnez steals one over Adine and now up 6-1.
Clean. Yep. Hard.
And I think
Hard.
that's the end of that one.
Good shot.
Another great shot here. Run back, and we're back to an open house.
Unbelievable.
Funny how this end started with so many rocks in play, and to believe a few shots later, here we are, fully open house.
Yeah. Both thirds exchanging some nice shots here.
Tired, dude. I'm old. I'm tired.
Mark Kennedy says, I'm tired.
Thanks.
I think Mark's my age, so it's a little disheartening for him to say he's old, but
Or you try to stick this with a little softer.
I'm sure I'd feel pretty old if I was playing 3 games a day too.
He's way out there.
Grant Hardy with his first.
Yeah, looking to sink one here, and really nice shot. Did leave a little bit out there, maybe half a rock.
Back waiter if we want to try to keep that blank alive. Yeah.
Enough
If
there
we're
for
thinking of
Bottcher
the
to hit
blank,
it
we
and
could
possibly even
just-
get to the flop to
If you got enough of it. Well, is okay with this? I'm okay
What's the
with
play here, Chris? I missed it.
Yeah, you know, I think they were trying to get to the nose or maybe even the flop inside. I don't know for sure if they can, but sure get rid of it and sit right there. Going to play some control weight at this.
Mark Kennedy with his final shot of the 7th end. Control weight.
Easy, Benny. Easy,
Clean.
Benny.
Yep. Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard. 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 Roll. No.
That was a nice touch right there from Mark Kennedy.
Good weight call, guys.
Good shot.
That does leave the redstone fully open for Bruce Mouat's first.
So Bottcher with control on hammer and 7. Wanting multiple, obviously, to cash in on an opportunity to even this up going home in 8.
And I think Bruce would really like to get the inside flop here and force Bottcher's hand maybe into making that run back.
He rolls under, it's obvious.
Bruce
Yeah,
Mouat's
doesn't.
first.
I don't think we want to roll under because he wraps around. I think we almost want to roll away.
Roll farther away.
If we can.
Bit of an overroll.
Mouat with contact.
Just a little too much roll there.
And a roll
Still
out.
partially buried, but
Knows that one.
Yeah.
enough show in there for Bottcher to make a good play on it.
Okay.
So Team Bottcher now an opportunity to remove this stone and maybe bury themselves under cover
it with
and
hack.
carve out a 2 spot. Bottcher with his first in the 7th. Looking to get a piece of this Mouat rock.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Clean! Clean, call!
Super's called this heavy hack, so weight should be pretty good. It does have to move a little bit.
Call!
Big sweep from Hebert. Got to get there all the way.
Sweep.
Wow, really great sweep.
Sorry,
Right to the nose of that.
World-class stuff from Ben Hebert, Brent Gallant in their 3rd game of the day, and they still got the juice to pull off a shot like that.
Oh, good. Good call.
Pretty sure he's worn through 3 pads of his broom by now on Ben
No
Hebert's
kidding.
side. Jeez.
I saw a few up here for auction, a few broomheads, and I think the way these guys are sweeping, no wonder they probably have lots to sign. They're going through them so fast. So
Nothing left on the
Well,
pad.
probably intern tapping.
I can almost
This
count
is
that.
Mouat's final shot of the end.
Got a good time. I got a 12-2-5.
Well, with all the
Half the rock open.
Okay.
What's his thoughts here, Chris? Are they looking to just cut the scoring potential down now?
yeah, I think cut the scoring zone down for sure. Maybe sink one in here. So
Mouat's last in 7. Bottcher hoping for a couple.
Yeah, and if you're Mouat, giving up 2, not the end of the world. You're still coming home with hammer. Pretty good spot to be in. So just really don't want to give up that big end.
McMillan Jr., Bobby Lammy from Team Mouat. Got to get this one where they want it to be.
Got to bury this back there. Maybe back 4.
Bury it back 4 foot. Undercover.
On a great shot.
And a great shot
Really
by
finished
Bruce
nice there at
Mouat.
the end too. So
Turn tap.
very tough chance for a deuce here for Bottcher, but
13.
maybe with that in-turn tap as they're talking about, you don't have to move it a long ways.
Yeah.
Your second shot is sitting just full 8, touching the 12. Never get
Yeah, I
to it,
was
just
12.
push it
I was
back a
12-2 as well. I
foot
can
or
give
so.
you
You're in good shape.
12-7. This rock doesn't have to get through.
That's what you just said, Chris, in that you don't have to push it through the house. You just have to get it far enough to score 2.
Yeah, and actually,
So much.
because it's
You're
over
right
there, it
into
looks
the
like they're going to play this with the out churn. Just try to get to the nose of that red.
Well,
Very
yeah,
finished
no, I
shot
like
here,
that. Just
but
let
a
it go
great
forward.
opportunity for Bottcher.
if I'm giving you a couple feet less,
We still have to play it tight.
yeah,
This is where
I
you
do
were
think we need a little less.
there.
Yeah.
Quick calculation from Kennedy, and somebody in the chat says Mark Kennedy is so clutch, and he's
He
been
really
doing
is.
this for so long. I think it goes without saying.
Yeah, and he'd have
Oh.
multiple skips he's played for that I think would agree with that comment.
Bottcher with his final shot in 7. Needs the deuce.
Whoa. Whoa.
Curl!
Curl!
Needs it from Hebert to curl on this one, Chris.
Man, clean!
Really hang out there. It's half the turn.
Straight from Galan.
Straight!
Pressure shot.
By that card
Did
there,
it go
good
too
shape.
far?
Oh,
And
and
it
it
did.
just touched.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know.
Heartbreak.
Hello? Sorry, fellas. I just had to be a little patient.
Wow, so close to being an absolute pistol there.
Oh, yikes. Well, that's the game of curling, and that's the game of millimeters. And Mark Kennedy instantly says, hey, sorry, fellas. So 1 for Mouat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know from up here that threw us off too. It looked like it was hanging out there, but man, when it took off, it really took off.
Sorry, guys. Well, could have been a little more patient because.
5-2 and a steal of 1 for Bruce Mouat in the 7th.
I got a 12-9. I don't know if it makes it. Yeah. Good.
And Team Bottcher down 3 with the hammer coming home.
Yeah, and they're going to need to get some guards up here and maybe a miss or 2 to generate that 3. They're going to need to tie it here.
Let's set one up here.
As we check in with some local sponsors in Canadian Angus and Boundary Ford, the Lloyd X, the curling club here in Lloyd, which we're broadcasting out alive right now from Lloydminster, and Click Before You Dig, RL Electric, the Tent Guys, presenting sponsors, Wild Rose Pumps and Compression, Musgrave Agencies, Excel Insurance, Fountain Tire, Industrial Scientific, and Astec Safety.
On the logo?
Big corporate sponsors locally to help us out with this. And Mark Kennedy says, all right, let's set one up here, Chris.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple games like this where Mouat's going to throw one in there and maybe a second one. And we've seen a few teams in these spots up by 3 and throwing their third one away. So we'll see if that continues here.
Line's good, guys.
Quick check-in across the board. Team Kui against
throws
Schwaller,
fire.
5-2. And it shows you the speed of the game we're playing. These guys are in 6 right now, and we're coming home in 8.
Oh, wow. Great shot on the Kui sheet there.
Mouat over Bottcher right now.
So looking just to tick this red one in so it can be dealt with on the next shot, but they will glide by it. It's a good miss in this case.
3-3, Gushu Carruthers, and a bit of a blowout. Returnes,
Okay,
6-1 over Adine. They played 4 games. They lost their first 2. Battled 4 games today in the C event, and the world
Even
number
them
1
up.
says, we'll come back on Sunday and see what's up. That's pretty special.
I don't know what the temperature is in Italy right now, but maybe that cold Lloydminster air has just been invigorating for them.
It's
and
good
pushing
for the
them through,
lungs.
so yeah.
Yeah. Good lungs. They got the oxygen flowing.
Line's good.
That's right.
You never know. You could be on something here, Chris.
Okay. Yeah.
So Bottcher opts to set up staggered guards.
Yeah.
And
Mouat,
Mouat would look to continue his strategy here and probably just put another one in the rings. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, looks like he is. We did see him up by
Wait.
3 2 nights ago when he just threw his third one through. But here with those 2 guards, maybe shifting gears and looking to put the pressure on.
That ice 4? Oh. Fuck, if he misses it, you're set up for 3 maybe. Okie dokie.
Yeah, and a shift of gears here. I think maybe he's going to make a play on one of these corners.
Bit of a discussion from Lammy.
Of course, can't be removed completely yet, but looking to maybe move it in the ring so it can be dealt with after.
And an update on the Gushu Carruthers game. Gushu gets 1 and 7. Carruthers with the hammer coming home in 8.
I'll just glide by it.
And they're going to put one right through the rings in Lammy.
Guys, I think the first one ideally is like back 4, right?
Top 12.
Oh, he's going top 12.
Kennedy says something. Bottcher says another.
Well, you know, we always say with our college teams, any shot is the right call as long as you make it. So
That's right. And thank you to Lori on the chat saying you guys and the crew have done a phenomenal job.
Little bit
Yes.
of room.
That's the volunteers back here, the production crew from
Line's
Has
good.
Entertainment.
Top 8. Line's good.
These guys have been here all day.
Line's good. Top 12. Little bit of room. Curl. My rock. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Front end, Hebert still working it.
Curl.
Kennedy in on the action now. Got to get it in the paint, Chris.
yeah, and just looking for top 12, and they'll put it right there. Just a great scrub by Hebert and Kennedy. And how many times have we seen that over the years?
How many Tylenol is Ben Hebert popping after this?
I think they are going to sleep like babies tonight.
Yeah, holy. Maybe that was the strategy in
So
return
different.
as trying to end early because
Yeah,
it's their
that's-
4th.
Yeah.
And they realized the time and thought we better end this in a hurry here.
Let's go to sleep.
Yep.
Little thin here.
Lammy with his second shot.
Just about had that double peeled.
And you'd think if he
So this
makes
one
that,
should be back 4.
it makes it real tough for Bottcher to get his 3.
We want it
So,
a little
Yeah.
here, at least
The 2 is still in
Yeah.
play that way, but the
Top
3 becomes
four.
awfully tough.
So we'll manage this one. We won't kill it early. Real good.
5-2. Mouat over Bottcher in the
Line's
8th.
good. We're a little tight. Line's good. Line's good.
Back
Line's
4.
good.
Gonna sink one
Line's
here and
good.
sit
We're to
second
you.
and third shot.
Trust.
Galant's first.
Little curl. Little curl. Yep.
Looking to
Whoa. Whoa. Now.
bite the
Very good,
4
Brett.
maybe.
Good
Just
shot.
sit back 8. Nice touch
Good
from Brett.
spot, still forcing Mouat to deal with this corner guard.
This is why you get the first one back 4.
Kennedy
Great
says,
shot.
This is why you get the first one back 4. It's the next shot.
Yeah, and I think the number of competitive games Kennedy's played, and I would tend to defer to him on strategy for sure.
Peel. Routine from Grant Hardy as he delivers his first into third stones now in the 8th and running out of rocks from Team Bottcher. Gonna need some help on this end, I think, Chris, if you're a fan of those guys and wanting those
This is coming on.
guys to move on.
You're at the point you're gonna need a miss or a half miss at some point. But anytime
Indeed.
three's in play, that is a tough score, especially against a team like Mouat that's so good at hitting and tough to hide rocks against.
Got to give credit to Team Mouat, who basically missed nothing all night.
It's unbelievable. It's playing fantastic all week.
And credit to winning in a triple knockout format.
Line's good.
You win, you rest. You lose, you battle. And Team Bottcher
Line's good, guys.
really
Line's
battled
good.
all day today to find themselves in the quarters.
Line's
They
good.
had a little bit of a rough start to this deal, but really came on here. Fighting right now down to the wire.
You're good there. You're good there. You're good.
Great sweep. Sorry, I thought it was a little late. Good sweep.
Good shot, Mark. Okay.
And a bit of a decision there,
Yeah.
talking about hitting the open one, but I think they will go back to the peel.
Again. Just because he's just gonna nose the back.
My thought was if he knows the back,
Final
he
shot
can
from
roll
Grant
off the
Hardy.
top. It's going to be a pretty good target for him, you know.
Which leaves 5 stones
What
left.
else do you like if we don't
3 for Bottcher, 2 for Mouat after this.
guard it?
Well, can you guard this one?
Quick peel.
I'll give him a double. Not really though.
That thin double he's going to play is his easiest one. Like if he put it.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm.
So Kennedy and Bottcher talking about the potential of what it looks like. And the team's going to come down.
Might be
It's
a
a
sneaky good call.
critical spot now in this end. What are you seeing here, Chris?
Yeah, you're gonna get in your opponent's head
Still out
and
of
think
3.
of what they're gonna play and what your best chance of generating that 3 is here.
In front of it. Yeah. Then you might have a double on your last one for 3.
These guys are thinking
Yeah,
Mouat's going to nose, try to eliminate some stones. So if you have separation,
I like the free.
Lock it right on.
Yeah.
lock it
throw
right
it-
onto this rock.
Oh, I
Yeah.
almost threw that exact same shot right there. Right?
I'd like
gonna hear them say
1
looking
inch
at,
on this side of it. Okay.
Looking at a double for 3 on the last shot, maybe. So yeah, really, like they always say, curling's like a game of chess. You got to think a couple moves ahead.
I don't mind this call here, Chris. I like this call.
Yeah, I like it. They really thought it out well. The team's all on board.
I was a little late
Statistically, it's a tough spot to be for Bottcher, but the rocks remaining give them a chance. And the separation in the house gives them a chance.
Kennedy
Line's
deals
good.
his second here.
Kennedy's final shot in 8.
Oh, line's good.
Looking to sit onto that
Line's good.
yellow,
It's got to
just
curl a
touching
little.
the forefoot.
Got to curl a little. Line's good. Curl. Still curl. Still curls. Still curl.
Looking
Still
really
curl.
good here,
Still
Evan.
curl.
Now lock it right on top.
And
Great
just
shot.
a great shot from Kennedy. He
Oh,
wanted
good
it
shot.
maybe to be a little bit further flush with that one, Chris, but
Yeah, and it's such a hard shot to make and just about perfect.
Paul, I thought I got a little outside yet.
so now Team Mouat's going to think about what they have to do here, and
Oh,
it's a good
Yeah,
sign
good
if
throw.
you're Bottcher to make these guys think about the potential of this end. It's not going to be easy to wrap this one up, even though they're up 5-2.
No, and with this class of team, I don't think it ever is. It's a battle right to the down to the wire.
Guys aren't really believing me, but it's just a little bit slower. Like even when I let that go, they go max rate.
Any of these teams have a potential to strike, even when you don't think they can. So
Yeah, that's so true.
top athleticism.
Agreed.
9 of the top 10 men's teams in Lloyd, and
Okay.
nearly all top 8 ranked world teams made it to the quarters. I think maybe all 8. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back, but some big names in these quarters right now. Return as the first to move on to Sunday. Edine has been eliminated.
Looking for a shot.
Gushu up 1, coming home
Um,
against Carruthers. Carruthers has the hammer.
Which double do you want to leave
And
on?
Cooey up by 3 over Schwaller.
Do you think that one?
Yeah, they're still twins behind over there, Evan. So they're really a slow game.
Jam back here.
Okay.
Stay clean, open takeout for Team Mouat.
And as Team Bottcher had predicted,
That's almost
the nose
right
hit
in
on the
jam
open
line,
one.
right?
So their strategy will continue on here.
Yeah.
Just even those ones up.
Yeah.
Um,
He might know. He's gonna maybe nose this, right? And then you'll have the slip double.
So Mouat's first and 2 Bottcher
looks
stones
like an
left.
Turn with. I want to keep my shooter pretty high. Like I'm worried with board, we're gonna roll to a perfect half rock double. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. You play with the out turn too if it looks better.
Yeah. Out turn with normal.
What are you thinking? Right now we're just playing the hit and roll, and
Then you just gotta put it over here and you gotta take it as long as possible. It's always gonna be a natural double.
Can I? Our other shot is this, and get this one to here, and then then they're different doubles.
I don't mind separation.
Oh yeah, my shooters. It's good
Yeah,
if
it's
it
really
gets
all
out
about
here.
the angles at this point, isn't it? And some good discussion about either way you're leaving a double, but where's the tougher double?
then he's yeah, that's fine. He's just doing the half rock off the 6, but it might be jamming.
Bottcher with 2 left. Mouat with 1 shot to come. This is Bottcher's first rock.
If this
No, his easiest double is going to be off this one into my shooter.
So how do you leave
No, I meant if you're going
the hardest shot
I meant if you're going that way.
for Bruce Mouat, who's hit everything and more in this game, except for that
Oh,
maybe
no,
one
jam.
forced
This
miss
rock's
on that
already
draw
here. Like I can throw this with
in
normal.
the
and
4th.
He's playing this. He's doing this 100 miles an hour, and he might have action here.
No time clock here if
So
you're
it's just either roll one way or roll the
following
other.
along, which
The only
gives
thing
these
we were
guys
thinking, if you do
all
the
the time in the
outturn-
world to talk about
Do
this.
the out turn with normal and roll to here. This, if he plays this one, that jams. You think he's going to play this one, but is there any way that you can keep your shooter high enough that it's not a really easy natural one?
If we throw an out turn and throw firm at it, we can probably roll it to even and get it to there.
That's
And
that,
then
that's a thought.
Pretty tough for him.
Yeah.
My shooter's going to bounce a little high with the 2 of them frozen, right? I'll get a bit better roll than I would otherwise. You like that?
Sure.
Should be dead straight here,
I
hey?
think this is pretty straight. You're trying to give me 8.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm
Firm?
8.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, kind of three quarters low. Yeah. Yeah. 8.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to try the roll the shooter off to the right as we're looking at it on the screen.
I think this.
Either way, they're going to leave a double,
Yep.
but I feel most confident this is the best leave.
Team Bottcher with his first of 2 in the 8th.
Yeah. Easy.
Well,
Clean. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yes.
No action,
Whoa,
now
whoa,
action.
whoa.
Whoa. Gotta get it away. Gotta get it away.
Good as you can do, Butch.
It's about as good as you can do, Chris, in
That's
terms
exactly
of
right.
the leave. And
Yeah, and as I said, I knew they would
could do with
they would
that
leave a
wave.
double, but they still got to make it. So,
Oh.
but if you can, that'll be
Good as
handshakes.
you can do, Val.
As good as we could do with whatever weight I threw. Yeah. Throw peel, maybe you roll half rock higher. than that.
so Bruce Mouat with his last
Coming low.
clear 2 red
Yeah,
rocks and your
perfect.
handshakes onto the semis on Sunday.
Spin.
You miss. Life for Bottcher with 1 final
Well, good
rock.
call. I thought that was a bit of a straight spot throw.
Oh,
Bruce
good.
Mouat
Okay.
looking for the double and his final in the 8th. Will it be handshakes? McMillan on it all the way. Rolls it. Sits it.
Not quite enough to get both.
Okay. So.
Okay. Well, I think
So there is a
straight right on the nose.
double here for
Yep.
3.
Don't see it doing anything.
No,
Bottcher with a chance
No,
to tie it.
Bottcher
Remember
with the
you said it's
chance
gotta
for
get
3.
I
in
know,
the
higher,
8th.
though.
I know.
he got a little bit of curl. But I can't imagine that with a good throw middle of rock, it's going to do
Agreed.
anything.
Agreed.
We have to trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Shot it
don't want
there,
to see an
Chris.
inch ice.
Absolutely. And right on the nose, and they don't expect it to move much.
Nope.
So
Final stone in 8. Team Bottcher.
Yeah.
Looking for a nose double, sit for 3, and force an extra end. It all comes down to this. Your life in the Astec Safety Curling Challenge here in Lloydminster. Final shot from Bottcher. Neats nose.
Whoa!
All rock so far. Got a
Clean.
curl. Clean.
Clean!
Clean.
Clean!
Is it there? Got
It
the
is.
double for the 3, and we're on to extra ends. In an
big 3 from Bottcher.
unbelievable shot.
And the crowd here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center is going wild.
Wow. Wow.
Guys, we're kicking him down for sure. Yeah, thanks, fellas. Thanks, boys. Good job. Oh, yeah, fucking right. Every extra end's been played this way the whole week.
Yeah.
And an interesting discussion there. They're going to kick the rocks down and play them back home again for the extra end.
Oh, I guess we're playing at home.
So what you're seeing right now is
Every extra end we saw was coming home. Oh, okay.
Gonna change the plans.
That's fine. Just keen it up.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Thanks. Yeah, good call. It was
so Kennedy says
we were inside nose the whole way, Mark.
I know.
Kennedy says you got to bring them back.
We were never as wide
Rocks
as we
coming
were,
home.
and you never called to sweep it
And I think in the quarters now it's
We're dead, I think.
in a spot where I thought it.
you play the rocks where they lie, and
Yeah, it looks that way. I took a quick glance at the scoreboard to see if there was any gamesmanship to that with scoring in the odd ends,
That's
but
5.
no, making sure everyone's on the same page.
So statistically, I don't know, smarter people in the chat maybe can figure this one
5.
out. But boy, I tell you, that wasn't statistically maybe in the cards for Bottcher, but they've got second life in an extra with Mouat.
Yeah, and an extra chance to thank some of our sponsors. So we've got Bandit, Bexon Construction, Synergy, T-Bar 1, Border Inn and Suites, Cooperators, Jason Arden and Associates, Velocity Truck Centers, Strathcona Resources 1061, The Goat, L&L Oilfield, and the presenting sponsor, Wild Rose Pump and Compression.
Easy.
And of course, Astec Safety, who are the title sponsors of the Astec Safety Challenge.
Oh, it's got
Thank
a
you
curl.
all for your support.
Can we go deep? Okay, curl then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hard.
So
Good
new
throw.
life for Bottcher here. Into the extra, they won't have hammer, but setting up that first corner center guard there. And Mouat will look to come around it right away.
Good shot. Thanks. $14-2.
McMillan's first, and it will come a little deeper than he likes. They're right on the button there, but
Right.
can be bumped back.
Dead behind it.
Line's good.
We're good.
Huber will deliver his second,
Yup.
and this one looks like it may have unfortunately picked.
Curl.
Brett. Come on, Brett.
Be right on that top rock.
Oh, good. We got out of it what we could.
So now the psychology, Chris. If your team Mouat with a vice grip
Right.
basically on this entire game, and Bottcher comes back to take 3.
Yeah, and and they've been there, and you just got to think you still have hammer here. You're still in a good spot. You still control the game. I
job.
think team of
Nice
their
work.
level, they'll be able to shake this off and make the best of it. And of course, you just saw the unfortunate pick for Team Bottcher there, opening the door for Mouat a little bit here. They'll bring that one just outside of the 4-foot, sitting 2. Chance for Bottcher to move these
Back
around
line.
behind the tee line.
We're trying to hit half rock.
God, guys, I love getting close to nose. As soon as your shooter rolls off, the end is it's trouble. You know what I mean? Do you hear me?
Team coming down to have a quick suggestion here and have a quick chat with Bottcher. Some of the local friends listening here asking, is Kui only in the 7th?
yeah. They we saw this with a few of their games.
Does make
They
it
really taking advantage of not having the clock. They've had a few longer games, some good discussions, and
If there's any way you can do.
like we talked about, it's good warm up before you get into playdowns. Make sure you're on the same page, and it's a good time to have these conversations.
Keep them around.
Oh, that's still going to be a problem. Yeah, I'm still okay with your first shot. I just wanted Brett's first rock to matter.
If we could get to nose with back 8,
That's awesome.
that's a great shot.
And
You
an
can make it. I think there's room.
update from the Kui,
That's fun.
sorry, Gushu Carruthers sheet, and Carruthers
No,
with a win over Gushu.
Yeah,
Moving
that's
on.
another team that started off a little slow, but well, they're really getting hot at the right time here, knocking off the Gushu powerhouse.
yeah.
So as that game ends, we welcome any viewers who want to catch the tail end of a bonus action game between Bruce Mouat and Brendan Bottcher in squad. 3 for Bottcher in the 8th to force a 9th.
Close, clean. Yep. Hard line.
Bottcher with the red rocks, facing 2 Mouat stones here, looking to get to the nose of this.
Whoa, whoa.
Move both these yellows back behind the tee line, ideally.
Curl.
Ready here.
Curl. Curl.
All the way up.
Yeah, and a nice little bump. Maybe not quite as far as they'd like, but still a good spot and usable.
Good as you could do. Good as you could do.
And this is now where you dig deep, Chris, and go.
Yeah.
Third game for Bottcher.
Third game and an extra.
Extra ends.
Jeez. I'm sure they'd take that over the alternative, though. That big 3 forced them into this, and
Sure, maybe a little extra lifeblood, and you gotta
Yeah.
be feeling rejuvenated after that one. That's for sure.
absolutely.
Great game thus far, though, and world-class curling here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center in Lloydminster.
gotta give
for
me
the Astec Safety Curling Challenge.
Let's
the
stay more, a
quarterfinals.
couple feet more.
So far, Carruthers,
We got to get this rock at least 2 feet farther.
Returnez on the way to the semis, looking for 2 more to join him. Will it
Same
be
height, guys.
Schwaller and Kui,
Okay. Sounds good.
Mouat and Bottcher? Brett Gallant now.
And for Bottcher,
Clean.
it's steal at all costs. He's
Hey, more.
looking for the best way they can
Little
make
more.
that happen.
Whoa, curl,
Last shot
Curl.
for Gallant.
curl, curl,
Need the
curl.
curl from Hebert.
Bend hard.
Got to dig in with everything you got left.
Hard.
Got to dig with everything you got left. Move it. Angle it.
Ah, good shot.
Great shot from Gallant.
Really great sweep there.
Fuck, nice throws, Brett. That's tough.
And these guys are digging.
And you heard Kennedy say, really wanted Brent's first shot to count. Well, both are going to count there. Those were two great shots by Brent.
Bobby Lammy running it back, trying to get a clip and misses that one.
Still sitting 2, but the door's still
Just
open
right
here
with the
for
one.
Bottcher.
This usable, so
Looking to guard this.
a little.
Probably like on the high side.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Mark Kennedy with his first in the 9th. Mouat with the hammer. Bottcher with a 3 spot to force the 9th. Who will be joining Carruthers and Returnez, as those two teams have already forced their way into the semis tomorrow, with the draw starting at 10 a.m. Full details at Astec Safety Challenge on Facebook, Instagram. Cooey up 1
Line's
over
good.
Schwaller on the other side here with the only other game remaining tonight.
Line's good for
Doesn't have to
high.
curl. Never has to curl.
Whoa, over and off.
Looking to hold this pretty straight. It is over curling a bit on them. One just right in front of that red rock. The 12-foot. Good result there.
Touch from Kennedy. And over on the Cooey side, you have a complete duff and a miss on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, and the action really heating up here on Saturday night. You could hear the oohs and ahs of the crowd there.
Still a packed house here. MNP VIP Lounge, packed. Arby's fan zone, packed. Good to see.
Your first one and split all 3 of them and leave your shooter there. Yeah. Yeah, it is a nose, isn't it? Okay.
Special for
I'll put it
curling
in
in our
front.
area, Chris, and it's special
Good
to have
talk.
an event
Thanks.
like this back in town, and lots of local partnerships, and Astec Safety, Wild Rose Pump and Compression presenting, and all the volunteers to make something like this happen behind the scenes and running this one back potentially.
And they'll get 2. Really great shot. Did leave 1 red, but really nice result for them. Still sitting 2, but that Bottcher's still in a dangerous spot there.
Mouat,
Little bump-
like you
little
said,
bumpity bump.
Chris, in position, but that Bottcher stone
Nose is darn good.
I think it up.
in a dangerous position for Kennedy to do some damage here. Let's
Kennedy
go talk
will
it out, they say.
Go down and talk it out. Yep.
I'd really like to hit it just a sliver low, like.
Mine was in there nice. So
And we welcome
I think we're
everybody
trying to throw
who
back
was
12.
watching Goose Shoot
If
for
we
others
need
and
to move at
decided
least
to
one
hang
of
in
them.
for a little extra curling with us here on the
Get
B
the
side.
shooter safe, 'cause it looks like
Just
it's
seen a little
gonna
bump
fly
in
right here.
population on the stream, and we like that. See if we can
There.
crest 3,000 here at
Here, it's better.
nearly
He might
10:30 in
whack.
the evening.
He's gonna
Yeah,
whack.
you picked a good time to
Lloydminster.
join. You've got a
We'll try to
great
make
finish
your
here coming up with this extra end between Bottcher and Mouat. Mouat
Like,
with
if you
hammer.
hit it dead on the nose, I think you're good.
Bottcher, of course, with the big
back
3 in the
down.
8th end with hammer to force this extra end.
Brett threw 13-8, and I thought that was minimum.
Yeah.
So 13-2,
13-2, 13.
13-8, 13-6. We threw a little more on.
Just talking with the Maz Entertainment crew. I don't want to speak for you, Chris, but obviously this game's going to end before Cooey, and I'm good to stick around and wrap that game if you are.
Let's do it. Yeah, you bet.
So, as this will end before Cooey's game, we will have extra coverage tonight and wrap that game as well. So, stick around. You're going to get some extra coverage, extra ends in this one, and we'll take you through the last 2 ends of Cooey potentially as well here, as Cooey and Schwaller still battling out 5-4 on that side to see who squeaks into the semis tomorrow, and still nothing to determine, and no finality here left on Mouat and Bottcher game. We thought it might be over. Second life for Bottcher, and Kennedy with his second.
Down to 3rd rocks and still a lot to be
Clean.
decided here.
Clean.
Easy.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Oh. Hard, Brett.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta
Brett.
keep it from Gallant. Touch it back. Angles there.
Oh, great shot. Not quite shot, but
Pretty.
still in a pretty
Okay,
nice
good
spot.
Good
Two
sweep
yellows
front
are
end,
in a
though.
dangerous position for yellow
Good
being
shot.
as far back as they are.
A little full on you.
Definitely prefer to
Shouldn't get
be
too
above that T
tight.
line
I
as
just
Bottcher are with their red rocks.
10 feet
A
sooner.
little earlier, just almost the whole way. Yeah.
I just think it's special here, Chris. I mean, we talked about people still here. It's close to 10:30 our time, and I know it's what 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in Scotland
Yeah.
potentially, maybe, but special to be into the evening hours here in the Lloyd Curling Golf and Curling Center, and lots of people
And then he might guard.
still
But he
here.
guarded enough for you to not.
Yeah, and to those in Scotland, maybe just waking up and
Just
having
wiggle it.
breakfast with us. Good morning,
Hey.
and watching your boy Mouat here, just having a great game against Bottcher.
Well, it's coming back otherwise.
That's right. You got to think. Bottcher kind of had a
I'm
little
trying
spark,
to put it in a spot where.
and here we are. The
Are you
game of
thinking
curling.
guard
It's a
this
game
one
of
or
millimeters. It's a game of
Played this at the end?
hairs, they say.
It really is.
Let's listen into Bottcher.
It's going to have to be high then to make sure that we have access to, like, if this is the shot I have at the end, I'm going to have to throw.
Seeing this.
Just to,
We guard one side, you make
Yeah.
take away this side.
got one question for you guys. If nothing changes here, do we have a great shot for a steal? What is it?
Big trouble.
Do you ever do that now?
So big shot.
Probably not. Yeah.
Lots at stake. $100,000 purse. You've already banked some cash if you make it to the quarters, Chris, but you're
Yeah.
hunting for more.
Just goes to show
I
you
like it
that
if I like it if it's
they're not satisfied just to make the quarters here. These
If it's up
teams
there,
are
it's up
battling it out right to the end, and they want to move on to Sunday.
We have confirmation, so I was a little bit off. 5:30 in the morning in
I
Scotland.
I just don't want it to be too tight.
1:30 on the East Coast. 2 in the morning in Newfoundland, and
Oh,
for
yeah.
everybody watching the Gushu game, if you want to stick around, you're already up. We welcome
No,
you to
I
the
know.
stream.
Actually, even if he makes this coming back,
Nearly
makes it
3,000
visible,
people
you can
still
still
up
make it
with
really
us
tough.
here.
well, you can. If you nose bump it right there and we're here, it's hard.
No, or higher.
He's talking, yeah, in between
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we ever hurting ourselves by throwing it high? Like, what are we afraid of?
Nothing really.
It's a great discussion here by Team Bottcher.
He's got no soft shot.
Anything he does here, we're freezing the button.
You see Mouat in the back with Hardy
Or
talking
just
about
go
their
with my
options.
Top buttons.
Sure.
Fine. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's ice to split center. Looks good to me.
And Chris, just
Real
looking
close. That might
to
be just maximum.
put one up center here.
Yeah, it looks that way, and you could hear Brendan say there. No matter what happens, always have that freeze right down to that yellow shot rock on the back of the button there. So
You do like the positioning of the Bottcher stones up front. That's
absolutely, yeah.
That's the scary part for Mouat here in this, in that yes,
Yep. Splitting center.
he's got shot stone, but the angles don't favor him, even
No,
though he's
that's
got
exactly
the hammer
right.
here.
And with all the rocks packed around that scoring zone in the 4-foot, it gets a little more dangerous shrinking that scoring zone. And
Brendan Bottcher with his first in the extra ninth, just looking to touch center line guard on this one.
Line good.
Line's
Hebert
good,
with
guys.
the juice,
Go ahead,
3
line
games
good.
in, and
Line.
he's still got the beef.
Come on,
Line's real
guys.
good.
these guys are having to go hard on this one.
Come on, Benny.
Big sweep from Ben Hebert.
Come on.
What happened there?
Yeah, and uncharacteristic.
What happened
Okay.
there?
I don't know if that ended up picking on them or maybe just throwing a little bit light. Maybe that fatigue is setting in a little bit.
Wow. Wow. So now it's in Bruce Mouat's hands. Bit of a gift given. You got to think, Chris. Third game. Mental fatigue, physical fatigue is a factor, but they've battled all the way to extras, and it's not over yet.
No, the Rocks are still in good position here. Mouat's still got to make something happen, or those Red Rocks are really dangerous.
Okay. He just makes the straight double botch. I still think there's a pretty good shot.
A couple people saying they love the fact that there's no time clocks here at the Astec Safety Challenge, Chris, and it adds to the strategy and it adds to the suspense of the game. And I have to admit, I do like the pace. I mean, these guys are still clipping. Cooey obviously a little bit behind, but
I think he's catching up a little bit there. But
well, we're in extras though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, still a couple ends behind, but no, and it's so true. You know, one of the best parts of watching curling is listening to the guys talk and discuss the strategy, and you get a little extra of that when you're not timed.
Mouat with his first, coming in to make some.
Ooh.
Oh baby!
Great double there to make both Reds go away, but they do still leave that pocket right at the back of the forefoot, and a good spot for Brendan to freeze one in there.
So this is what Brendan and Mark were talking about. They said even if he makes the double, there is still the pocket freeze. We still have that option.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. So they just have to make it great, so it's as tough as possible for Mouat to get out of there.
So you want to be here, right? Yeah. So if you're throwing the intern, you almost got to hit it like.
Yeah, and I think they're talking if they can freeze it here, then Mouat wouldn't be able to nose it and be shot because of their second counter back there.
Right.
So
the extra backing in the back from Mouat might actually be a hindrance on this one if they put this freeze in a perfect spot, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bottcher now.
Yeah.
With his final shot in 9. It's a perfect freeze.
Push it 1 rock.
Yeah,
settled in.
They do want to maybe push it back about 1 rock, they're talking. So I see just that little bit of a tap here. Leave it in there as backing.
He's been in these pressure cooker situations before. Does he have one extra magic trick up his sleeve tonight? Brendan Bottcher, final stone in the extra 9th. Looking to make life incredibly difficult for Bruce Mouat.
Easy.
Good.
Hebert on it.
Easy.
Gallant on it. Gotta get it there, boys.
Is it really going?
Still got a curl, though. Still got a curl, though. Gotta tuck it in there, guys.
And they did get enough for shot rock, but it does leave the pick.
And an easy peel left for Mouat.
Just needed to curl a little bit more.
So it comes down to this. And we do have extra coverage for you, so don't go anywhere after this game. We'll tune in to Cooey and Schwaller after this. Stick around. More curling still to come from the Astec Safety Curling Challenge, regardless of what happens here. But Bruce Mouat with the final stone in the 9th end, extra end. Bottcher currently sitting 1. Mouat needs the pick for the win. Win, you move on. Lose, you go home. Bruce Mouat. Clean on the front end. Needs the peel. And that'll be handshakes.
Good luck. Good game, guys. Good luck. Good luck.
And a great game either way, Chris.
Really great game. Just a battle by Team Bottcher and another impressive showing by Mouat.
And I think if you would have said, would we have 9 ends with a 5-2 game coming home, I don't think anyone would have took that bet. And it shows you the guts and the stamina of Team Bottcher and why they are world number 2 right now. And
yeah, that's so true.
They dug deep on this one. 3 games in 1 day, and you have to think they got to be feeling something after this. And a standing ovation from the crowd here in the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. The host team walks the rocks back.
Really nice applause from the crowd here.
Boy, did these guys give her everything they had to get to extras, that's for sure. And an 8-5 make the final. Team Mouat advances to the Sunday semis tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
That's what I was thinking. From somebody on? Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Kui game, Chris, and you and I decided we can watch 8 more rocks, maybe. Eh?
Yeah, we could probably talk a little more curling, tonight, Saturday night in Lloydminster.
We welcome everybody who is just coming over from the Mouat Bottcher game and an 8-5 win for Team Mouat. Crazy finish to that one. 3 spot for Bottcher in the 8th to force the 9, and then Mouat gets the 3 and the 9, but really that just was inconsequential. And
yeah, and here on sheet 3, Kui and Schwaller are tied at 5, but Kui does have the hammer with the yellow rocks. Currently sitting 1, and they also have third shot there. Schwaller has that redstone just on the right-hand side of the 4-foot, or the left side as you're seeing at home. Second shot. And we are into the third rocks here.
so just update on the stream. You won't have mics on these teams. Obviously, we had mics on the featured sheets, which were the Mouat, Bottcher, and Carruthers Gushu games. So no mics on these guys, and we can't ask them to put the mics on now this far into the game. So it'll be me and Chris to take you here the rest of the way. But it is a 5-5 game. And Team Kui with the hammer coming home in 8.
And it looks like Schwaller must be maybe just trying a bit of a freeze on that yellow here. Definitely taking the an amount of ice that wouldn't be a hit. Maybe just drawn behind even. Oh, and prove me wrong. They're just going for a guard here. Kui continues to lay 1 with hammer.
Lots of thankful people here, Chris, saying thanks for turning it over to the Kui game. You are certainly welcome. We have the technology. Absolutely. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, and Team Schwaller, the world number 3. Looking to survive here and steal